give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gon' come right back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe, like, drop a comment. I am joined by Cousin Jake, Cousin John. We're here with another 3-person co-hosting event, and we have a very special guest. Thank you, Gashi, for joining us.
How we doing?
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Yo, I'm excited,
finally
bro.
Here.
I'm really excited for this, bro.
Man, this is sick. I'm so happy to be here. You know, I'm such a huge fan of John. It's my guy.
I appreciate you.
It's like real New York shit in here, you know, and it feels good. This is the first time me doing a podcast in New York.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I've never done a podcast in New York before.
Okay.
I'm from New York, but when it comes to New York, I'm very much like family time. I don't work when I'm in New York. I don't record when I'm in New York. I don't really do shit when I'm in New York, but eat, go shopping, and hang out with my family. Like, I don't really do shit.
You'll come pick me up at my crib and be like, yo, let's go to Roll and Roaster real quick. Let's go get something to eat.
On
some regular shit.
That's kind of what this pod is, though. I mean, we kind of pride ourselves, like, obviously the cameras are on, but, I mean, even the way it started, it was always about realness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the entire podcast has always been about. So, I mean, I appreciate you coming, but I mean, that's kind of what we're going to do tonight.
I appreciate it.
Some New York shit, you know, nothing crazy.
It feels good, man, because I think that's who I am. A lot of people look at me and they go like, because like I love like interior design. Mm-hmm. I'm like like people see me as like a big fashion guy, a big like tastemaker kind of guy, but they don't know is like I'm very much like super basic when it comes to like life. Like I'm the most like plain Jane kind of guy. Like hang out with the family, hang out with my guys, hang out with the people that I know. Like if you come to my show, a lot of people get shocked when they come to my show because they like every artist has a VIP list for every show. And if you look at mine, it's like the guy at the pizzeria, the lady at the bakery, my English teacher. Like, yo, I still keep in touch with every single teacher.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
Every single teacher that's ever taught me anything is still in my life. I still text them. We still talk about crazy shit.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It gets so crazy because they're like in my life. I'll send them like a sentence before I post it, a caption, and I'm like, yo, you're the English teacher. Like, fix this shit. And they'll fix it and send it back. Like, I don't use ChatGPT. I'm really much like still with the same teachers, with the same homies. Like, I got my brother Jimmy with me. We went to the same high school, and he's a rapper now, and I'm signing him to my label. But like, I'm giving jobs to people that I like grew up with. Like it's always been that way. Like all my friends turn into Nepo babies. You know what I mean?
Did you ever have a story with like a teacher that, I don't know, were you bad in school?
Terrible.
So did you ever have the teacher that was like, you know, you keep acting like this, you're going to be this type of person?
Oh, man. You know what? We're going to cut this shit right here. We're going to grab this clip right here, and we're going to use this real quick. There was this guy named Scott Jackson, teacher, 6th grade, 7th grade. He said to me, you ain't never going to be shit. And Scott, you wrote this, so you know I'm quoting what's real. He wrote, I can't wait for you to go to high school so you could get your ass kicked and get beat up. That's what he said to me.
Jesus.
Scott Jackson, that's what he said to me.
Crazy.
And Scott,
teacher, huh?
that's what, yo, bro, that's what,
13-year-old kid.
Bro, that's
Brooklyn.
That's Brooklyn. That's what Scott Jackson said to me. And years later, he congratulated me in my DM, and I said to him, I told you I was gonna make more money than you, Scott. That's a fact, and we're gonna bring up the screenshot because I did call him out.
Are y'all cool now? Because he congratulated
It is what it is. I'm never bitter ever.
Yeah.
Thank you for writing the things you wrote on my shit, but I told you I was gonna make more money than you. It's a fact.
That's a fact.
Wow.
So like Scott Jackson, I love you, but like yo, your jumper sucked. Every time you took a shot during lunch break, your jumper sucked. But I loved your New Balance and your pants because they made you look extra thick.
That kind of leads me into asking you my first question. I guess it's kind of like just open ended, but like, what does Brooklyn mean to you? You know what I mean? Like, because you're talking about going to school and the teachers and even high school. What does your come up in Brooklyn like mean to you? Let's kind of break that down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Brooklyn is everything to me. The reason why I say that is because people don't know, like, I was born in Libya, right? I was born in Africa, and my parents are both from Kosovo. Like, for the people watching this who don't know what Kosovo is like, I'm Albanian, right? And in every way, like the other day I was watching the game and I ran into Liam Neeson, and I use him on every single rap song ever. I always drop him because they had him kill like every Albanian in every movie. And like, bro, in real life, that's not happening. No. Stop. No. And like, so I went up to him and I was like, Liam Neeson, just shut the fuck up. Like, just chill. Yeah. I like you as a person. Like, stop with these movies. I'm tired of it. It's not real.
This is in person you did this?
Yeah, I got the picture. I'm in his face and I hold him like this. Yeah. You saw it? I held him like this.
Yes.
I grabbed him by his shirt. I was like, yo, just stop. Like, enough already. You know what I mean? Stop it.
Stop like, killing Albanians in movies, but it ain't never
gonna
happen.
It's not happening in real life. You know what I mean? Like, me being Albanian, like, how many times you gonna? And also, like, yo, bro, taking 5. Like, yo, at some point, you'll hire security or get a babysitter. Sure. Like, why does your daughter keep getting taken? Like, enough. Right. So anyway, I'm Albanian. I'm from Kosovo. Like, Dua Lipa, Rita Ora, BB Rexha. The biggest pop girls in the world are Albanian, just like me. I'm from Kosovo. We're from Kosovo. All the girls I just named are from Kosovo. So there's Albania is like New Jersey, and Kosovo is like New York.
Okay, that's a good way to put it in like that.
Same shit. But people from here always claiming they're okay. We claim both, right? America came in, helped us get our independence. Shout out to Bill Clinton. I have a crazy Bill Clinton story that I'll share with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Because he's the man. I really fuck with him. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, the crazy conspiracies.
Whatever. Take the politics out of it.
Take the politics out of it. He freed my country. He helped us out. I fuck with him. We went to Atlanta to watch a show together one time. He came to LA. He played saxophone on my album.
Oh, wow.
And we never used it, but that's my guy. Like, we hung out. That's my guy.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
That's my dude. And he freed my country, and he gave us our independence, and they gave us a new flag, which I don't fucking like because the colors are weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like yellow, blue. Like, I don't really like it. I like red and black. That's what I rap.
The Albanian eagle
and
is
the
iconic.
eagle's like on my arm already.
Yeah,
it's on my chest. You can't just give me a new flag. It's like somebody saying like, yo, congratulations, you fought for your home, and now I came here and I gave you a piece of your home, but we got to change we're changing the whole look of your house,
and you're just basically
like, yeah, shut the fuck up. We fought for this fucking flag. So, can I curse on here?
Yeah,
all right,
of course.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
So we fought for this fucking flag. We got this flag. I'm from Kosovo. My parents had to go to Libya because it was like right across the sea.
Libya's in Africa.
In Africa, yeah. Because people don't know. People think Africa is just like one thing. It's a continent, right?
We were wrong with that with the girl from Algeria.
They were attacking us in
Middle
the fucking
East.
Comments, bro.
We said a girl was from the Middle East. We didn't know at all.
Yeah.
And then we got killed. The boxer from the
Olympics.
Yeah.
In the Olympics.
Oh, yes.
She's from Algeria, which is part of Africa.
Yeah,
so
shout out to Algeria because I love Algeria. You know,
Yeah.
there's a guy named Shep Khaled who's Algerian. DJ Snake is Algerian. Some of the greatest musicians in the world are Algerian. Yeah.
I think I just assumed he was Albanian.
Who, Snake?
Yeah.
Snake claims Paris.
Because of your...
Yeah, because our connection. Yeah, Snake changed my life. So we're going to get to that too.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Libya is in Africa, and my parents went there from Kosovo. They took a boat. So you're seeing a boat go right through, boom. They kept them in the refugee building. It was like full of Filipinos. Is that the correct term?
Yeah.
People from the Philippines and people from Kosovo and different countries. So imagine this big project building. I was born in that building. I was born on the floor. And the elevator was broken in that building. So we used to open it and kids would fall through and die, which was crazy. Like I would see.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so many kids, so many of my friends died. Like it goes back to my fear because it took us like 3 hours to get up here.
Right. Because
I hate elevators. And a lot of it has to do with me being stuck in one for a long time in Austria. And another reason is because we would open the doors, it would just be black. You can't see what's there because there's nothing there. And kids would just fall through all the time. And in Libya, that's normal. You know what I mean? Like, people would die, get shot at. I saw a dog, the neighborhood dog get murdered for
just
like
it's
a different world, you know. So,
but then what's happening in that mindset? Are you just like, this is literally everyday stuff? You know, like it
becomes
are
normal
you
to you,
still
I guess,
thinking
at some point.
like death is obviously fucked up? You know, like no matter how you slice it, are you in that moment as a 5-6-year-old? Are you thinking like, oh, this is bad?
Yeah, I mean, bro, like the thing is like my whole life has been like that. I think, and it's crazy because I thought it was normal until I came to America. And then I was like, hold up, that's not normal. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
That's not normal. And I'm looking and I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, bro, what? Like, and you think that this stuff kind of goes away and it doesn't. Like, I feel like I deal with a lot of trauma. I've lived in so many countries and like cities in my whole entire life, like over 24 cities and countries. I don't know. Like, I've traveled so much as a refugee to get to America that every time I met a new friend and they were my best friend, 3 months later, I disappear. Like I was like a secret agent. Like what happened? Like I'm in a new country with a new name.
Hard for you to make connections.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to make connections. So that's why when somebody pulls some fake shit on me, I'm so quick to like just dip out.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, how could you just cut me off like that? Like my mom knows your mom. Like we're friends. But like I just dead them so fast. Like
it's crazy.
And it comes back to my childhood of me just dipping out.
To make that connection
God.
right
to make
now
it's
is
fucking
it's
nuts.
crazy.
Like I'm all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like even at like such a young age in Germany, like bro, there's so much shit that's happened to me as a kid too that has fucked me up. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's so much shit that.
When did you
any other specific stories
that fucked me up?
Yeah,
bro. When I was a kid, like I watched my father almost. You know, I watched my father. I got arrested the first time I got arrested. I was about 7 years old or 8 years old. I got arrested. My father put a hammer through somebody's head because I was playing in a hallway and the lady's baby was sleeping, so she came up and put a fork through my face. I still have a scar on my forehead, which I cover. And my father grabbed her and threw her down the stairs because he was so upset. She was on me. He grabbed her and he threw her down. And then her husband came to my house later as my father was trying to patent the blood and stop it. The husband came up with his friends trying to fight my father, and my father ended up doing what he did and taking a hammer, and like something happened to the guy. It was bad. And I just remember the cops coming through and arresting my father, and me and my sister were holding on to his thighs, and they arrested all three of us and locked us up. And that was the first time I've been arrested when I was like 7 years old. Wow. And the craziest story happened, bro. I needed to be here. That's how I know that in life, when it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. And there's nothing that can stop that. Every door that's ever closed on me, I know it wasn't for me. That's how I know whatever's meant to be will be, bro, because I've been through some shit, bro. And that's how I know all the way from Libya, I had to come to New York, I had to be a musician, and I had to change people's lives. And I was a mistake. I wasn't planned. My parents did not plan me, which is the craziest shit.
Yeah.
To think about that. My parents went to Libya, and then my sister was born, and then the next year I was born, but not planned. My mom had a dream that a fucking baby fell from the sky and she couldn't catch it, and it landed on the ground. And then she like woke the baby up, and then I woke up. Next day she found out she was pregnant with me. And I always say, like, I saved my family, bro. Like, I was telling my boy Jimmy, like, it's crazy because I used to sleep in the bed with my mom and my sister, and I never had a home until I was 13 years old. I slept in people's basements. Shout out to my uncle. I slept in his basement on 68th Street between 16 and 17 for so long. Bensonhurst. Shout out to Bensonhurst,
Brooklyn.
And I've lived in people's, like, when I'm on tour, like, I don't have baby pictures of me, but when I'm on tour in Europe, there's always somebody holding the baby picture of me. And that's how I know that we asked them to sleep at their house. So they're like, your family asked to sleep in my house for months, and this is a baby picture of you in my kitchen or some shit. So I always get those photos. But the thing that's so crazy is my whole life, I knew that I was supposed to be exactly where I am. And how I knew that is there's always been some magic that's happened in my life. When my father got locked up and we were in the cell, the guy that walked by was a guard who ran the entire jail. And he goes, hey, how you doing? You helped my wife deliver my baby, no? And he goes, yeah, because my parents worked at the hospital. And he goes, my son was delivered. My wife was having trouble, but you're the one who helped deliver the baby, and it didn't die because of you. And my father goes, yeah, that was me. And he's like, yo, let him out. He good. So I remember being let out.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy how prisons are different in other countries.
Yeah, prisons are different in other countries. I mean, Here comes the police.
We'll let that pass.
That's crazy. That's like God. Like, yeah, I'm watching right now. You guys keep talking. I'm watching you motherfuckers right now.
But when you go tour Europe, and I performed in Jordan. I performed in Korea.
Right.
I performed all around the world. I have fans all around the world. People always say, like, who? Or, like, who's this guy? And, like, stuff like that. Like, bro, I've done songs with Cheb Khaled, who's an Algerian artist, whose song is on Fifth Element movie. I saw that movie and I blew my mind because that was my favorite artist as a child. Wow. I told my mom, we were in the middle of Tunisia going into Egypt. We were in the middle of the road because we ran out of money to pay cabs to keep taking us. And I had this radio with 4 lights on the radio speakers. And I said, I was listening to Cheb Khaled. And I told my mom, I said, yo, one day I'm going to have a song with him. And she's like, yeah, baby, you will. I had a song with this man in 2020. Everything I've ever said I was going to do, I did. You did. It sounds ridiculous, but I did. Like a moment I had today that was crazy was the Big Sean. Big Sean dropped his album today. And I went through all the letters. I wrote Big Sean from high school to college every day.
You posted it.
Every day, I only posted the things that I was not embarrassed about. But like I would write him like I was Stan, like dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. That was me with Big Sean every day. Because I found it to be insane that somebody from Detroit signed to my favorite rapper, Kanye West. And he signed to him because he ran up to him in the elevator and started rapping to him and got a deal, right?
Really? There's the elevator popping up again.
It goes back to the elevator, right?
Crazy.
How crazy is that? It's like, I thought it was so ridiculous that a guy who is a nobody in Detroit, which was one of the gulliest cities in America, got a deal with Kanye West. So I said to myself, I'm going to be the one that does it. And he had a song called, and I'm going to make $1,001 and do it again. Just wait till tomorrow. We won't borrow ever again. And I wrote to him every day and say, bro, this tape changed my life. Like, I'm shattered. Like, my life is terrible. I'm sharing basketball sneakers with my mother, bro. Like, I'll tell you stories. Like, I used to play basketball. My mother would go to work at 4 o'clock. She would come and say, take the shoes off. And I would have to give her my Jordans because we shared a pair of sneakers. And I would ball out with socks. And people would laugh at me. But I was the only one who fucking did it. The same kids that laughed at me, I'm paying for their funerals. Like, I did it.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
And you can ask anybody. Like, I was talking to my friend Jimmy. He was like, yo, bro, every time I post you, there's always a story that people tell me in my DM about you. Because everyone has a story with me. Yeah. And it could be bad, it could be good, I don't know. But it's always like, damn, he did it. Or like, from where I come from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my life was fucking horrible. And I leaned on Big Sean's music and CDs to like get me through it. And I felt like I was going to get signed to Jay-Z. I kept saying that. And eventually I ended up signing to Jay-Z. I ended up signing to Rock Nation.
It's crazy.
Years later, like after. And there's so many times that I met up with Jay. And I gave him my CD. Like, there's one time he did the Decoded book.
Yeah, I had that book.
And I collected $1 off of everybody on the line. And I finally got to him and I put my CD inside so he could open it when he signs it. And he takes my CD, listens to it, and signs me. There's also, before that, I went on World Star and I said, rapper signs to Jay-Z. And it never happened. This is 2010. It never happened, but I lied and I put it up there thinking that he would call me and be like, why'd you do that? But they never reached out. Years later, I did the book thing and he said, hey, nice to meet you. I was like, oh shit, like, I'm Larry Gashi. Like, this is a big deal. Like, you're my favorite rapper. Like, I love you, bro. And I'm a rapper too. I'm from Brooklyn. Like, this is my CD. And he goes, ha, nice. He grabbed it and he threw it in the garbage and he said, where you want me to sign it? And he signed it. He said, have a good day. And that was the second interaction. Third interaction,
you must have felt kind of shitty right then, right?
Of course, but like, I've been feeling shitty my whole life. Like, people said I was ugly.
Yeah.
People said I was ugly. Like, everybody said you're one of the ugliest people I've ever seen in my life. Because when I was in college, I was so stressed, I got alopecia. And I would get bald spots all around my head because I was so stressed. I suffer from anxiety because I have a hole in my heart. People don't know I have a hole in my heart. I was born with a big hole in my heart.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
And I've never shared that with anybody. It's the first time I shared it. Wow. So the stress level that I experience within my body, it's so next level that I lose my hair.
Plus all the, not even just the hole in your heart.
Yeah.
All that fucking trauma, bro. You experienced enough trauma
yeah.
for like 1,500, 2,000, maybe 10,000 people.
What did it feel like when you got here? Like, what age were you when you got to America?
When I got here, I was like, what, 11, 12 years old.
And what did that feel like when you got here? Like, you saying, I didn't really realize that this wasn't real life back home until I got to America. What did it feel like? You landed in Brooklyn? Was Brooklyn the first place?
Yeah, I mean, I landed at JFK, and my father went first, just to make sure.
Like, yeah, he said the bat signal. Everything is good here.
Dark rooms here. People, kids falling down.
Life is way better here. Come here.
What is the perspective, though, from, say, a foreigner, right? Someone that, everyone looks at America as the land of opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, what is because we take this shit for granted.
Yeah.
He's born in New York. I'm born in New York. He's born in New York. We had good families. We didn't have to worry about, a guy fucking, doing falling down the elevator. This guy getting killed, a dog getting killed. We never witnessed that shit. Yeah, there's shit that goes on in New York City and Long Island, of course.
It ain't like
but
that.
nothing to the extent of like in Albania and all these countries that you've been to.
Yeah.
What is the perspective as a, someone from that country on America? Are you thinking like, once I get to America, like I'm free, this is my opportunity, this is my chance? Because we look at it, we wake up every day and we're like, we're ungrateful. We look at this shit and we're like, my life sucks. I wish I could do more. I wish my life was better. But there's kids all over the country that are like, if I was in America, my life could be so much different. What was your perspective as a kid on America?
I mean, bro, like my whole life, I'm claustrophobic. And the only way my parents would get me on a plane would be to tell me that I'm going to meet Michael Jackson.
Which I heard you talk about that on Impulsive.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy because of what he's done, whatever, It sucks, but he's still my idol.
Yeah.
I still love him. He changed my life.
Separate the art from the artist. I can separate the art from the artist.
It is what it is. He's changed my life, and every time I would land in a different country, I would look for him and he'd not be there, And when I came here, I remember my father went through first, like I said, and then my mother came through, and luckily we spoke 6 languages. I spoke 7 languages when I came here, and the lady knew the shit was whack, and that's between us. She looked at it and was like, oh, hell no. But my mother started talking to her and started telling her what it is and led us through, My father came here first for 2 years.
Yeah.
And my father was trying to find work. He was sleeping on my uncle's couch. And then he's like, yo, pull up and you guys can stay in the basement. We stayed in the basement, whatever. But when I first came through, bro, I remember hugging my father. And that's why I love the leather smell of jackets when I hug my dad. That's why when I do the fragrance thing, now I do fragrance. I always want to do the smells that remind me of my childhood and what I loved, And they remind me of the people I love, like my grandmother, and stuff like that. And I remember jumping in my uncle's car, and the first thing I saw driving was the Coca-Cola sign.
Super American.
As American as it gets.
American as it gets.
Yeah, because I remember, bro, when I was in Germany, I had this kid I was friends with. And he was rich, and we would rake up his leaves for gummy bears. And me and my brother, we would dance on the street to Michael Jackson for money. My parents had no money. We lived in a refugee camp in Germany too. They moved us all around Germany. Every other Albanian has the same story. It's not unique, whatever. But I would dance for dough. I even danced in America for dough. I did Sweet 16 with an Italian guy named John Carlo, who was this big DJ in Bensonhurst who hired me as a hip-hop dancer. So after school, I would go and dance with these Sweet 16 girls. And
while you're playing football?
While I was playing football, yeah. I played football, I played basketball. Going back to your question, I was the kid that ate the lunch I was the kid that collected the pizza and stacked them up and put them in my bag. I collected the chocolate milks and I put them in my bag. People would laugh at me, but I had no food at home.
In America.
In America. I was the kid that was eating the shit that they said it was gross. Like, how are you eating that? And I was like, yo, you don't want your food? Give it to me. I ate everybody's lunch. I was that kid, bro. Like, I was the kid in every single club. Look at my yearbook, bro. I was in the science club, theater club, basketball, football, every club I joined because I didn't want to go home. I hated home. Home was the worst. I hated home, bro. I would do the garbages Mondays and Thursdays. Then I would do the garbages in every other 6 buildings. My father had 6 jobs. And I would do all the garbages. And people would see me and be like, garbage man. That was me, the garbage kid.
And that's where the ski mask came from.
That's why I used to wear the ski mask. Because I didn't want nobody to see me. It was embarrassing. Everybody be like, yo, you literally do the garbage. You a garbage boy. Like, that was my shit. Imagine me, my mother, and my father doing the garbages. People would like wear their Jordans and wear their cool clothes after school, walking by, looking at me doing the garbages with my mom in the rain. Like, I remember one time, bro, I was doing the garbage with my mother, and the girl that I loved walked by with all her friends and saw me doing the garbages. Like, I still remember that. Like, it fucked me up, you know what I mean? But like, that was majority of my life. I would rake up the leaves for that rich kid in Germany, and I just wanted to be friends. The first time I opened up his fridge and saw Coca-Cola in his fridge, that's when I knew that he was rich, because I didn't have soda until I was in Germany. I was like 11 years old, and I remember I had it. I cried because it was fucking hard to handle drinking soda, and I don't know what it was. I think the gas at the time, or like it was just like my body has never experienced it.
Carbonation.
Yeah, I started to cry, and it was like, why are you crying? It was like so hard to handle drinking the soda. And I just remember being like, damn, you're rich, because he had the fridge with the ice.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, yo, like, bro, he ate McDonald's, bro. And I thought, bro, if you're eating McDonald's, bro, your parents got to be so fucking rich. Holy fuck. And I remember watching Disney Channel in his house, and his father was giving him a bath. Bro, my father was never around. My father was out there. Bro, at like 5 years old in Libya, I would come home at 4 a.m. and dudes would tell me, like, go grab girls' asses for money and shit, like, and like tell me to do all this crazy shit. As a kid, I was hanging out with adults. Who knows what was going on? Right. I was playing with needles at the time, like all types of craziness, you know? My parents were never around. So my whole life, I was always trying to figure it out, but I always knew, like, I was always like with labels, and like I always knew when someone had something that they were like wealthy or rich. Like, that was my idea. And when I came to America, I tried to take advantage of everything. Like I said, like, if you look at my yearbook, I was in every club. People be like, yo, how is he doing theater and was an all-city football player? Like, I almost, bro, all-American, like, few stats away, like,
crazy.
12 scholarships, like, the guy, bro. And I couldn't write.
And you probably had no training either.
No training at all. I was just telling my boy Jimmy, like, I had this kid named Frank Sinagra. Mm-hmm. Frank Sinagra, shout out to Frank. Italian kid from Brooklyn, Gravesend. His father played in Lincoln High School.
I know Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
And
yes,
I played.
I was a basketball guy. So
okay, you play basketball there? Okay.
I didn't play there, but I know Lincoln. I was a basketball guy.
Okay. I played against Lance Stevenson.
Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, he tried to dunk on me one time, and I bridged him. Lance, you could never, Lance. I'm sorry. He tried to put me on a poster, and I bridged him, and he fell, and his father ran on the court and spit on me.
Was it at Lincoln?
It was in the Utrecht.
Okay.
It was at my hometown. He was not gonna make me look like a clown ever.
Because you know Lincoln with the small gym.
Yes, yeah. But we beat them. We beat you. We beat Lincoln.
Fuck Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, straight
up. A Brooklyn legend, but he tried to dunk on my Brooklyn legend. So
hell no. I still got love for you for everything you've done. But yeah, like, you beat me one time. I beat you a second time. You try to dunk on me. I bridged you. You hit the ground. It felt like a dinosaur hit the ground. the way he was screaming.
Big boy.
And then his
That's a big boy right
yeah, he
there.
was a big dude, bro.
Yeah.
And then his fucking dad came through. Yo, his dad was wearing more chains than any rapper I know.
Yeah.
And he tried to spit on me, and I was like, yo, fuck you.
the fuck
It
outta
was
here.
like crazy. I remember one time, bro. Yeah, I was a crazy player,
my
bro.
God.
I was a crazy player. On the
You were
football-
the Dennis Rodman on the team, probably. Like, you ain't
100%.
gonna fuck with me and none of my
ain't-
people.
bro, I was
guy on the
I was the
basketball
football
team.
guy on the basketball team, bro. I was wilding, bro. I swear to God, this one time, bro, I pissed the guy off so bad that during the foul throw, he came through and cracked me in my face.
Oh my God.
For Hamilton, and his name was like my name. Wherever you are, you're a fucking bum.
Yeah.
Like, I literally fucked your life up and you got mad. And then his brother pulled out a gun on me after the game. That's how salty they were. Like, I'll never forget that.
God
They
damn.
don't
Yo.
know Brooklyn gets gully like that though either. By the way, like where we're from, that South Brooklyn shit, like that's some South Brooklyn. Shit
I was
right
gonna
there.
say,
you
like,
know what
bro.
I'm saying? Like this motherfucker, like we was going at it on the court, and this motherfucker pulled a gun out on me after the game.
New
you
York
know what I'm
City
saying?
basketball
Yeah,
is a
like-
different animal.
Yeah,
I
bro.
was gonna say, I mean, bro, like
I didn't know that.
Thought,
I knew you
thought
played
you
football.
moved
Yeah.
out of the trenches.
Nah, bro.
But then you kind of
No, you're
also
right back
somehow
in.
moved into
No,
the
you had the nice
trenches.
houses in Dyker Heights and shit, but you go into the middle of
Nah.
Venturers during this time, Gravesend and Coney Island,
Bro.
and Sheepshead
Bedside.
Bay,
Oh.
bro. You know, you bro.
The
what?
worst. Bro, shout out to 18th Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
My cousin Issa used to be a part of this crew called 2A Crew. And they were all Italians, Albanians. And you fuck around during like 18th Avenue feast, you get your shit pushed in, bro.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
get beat
bro.
the fuck up.
my
Like,
God.
it was really,
And you
bro,
know what? The Italians and Albanians were always like this.
like
too.
this.
Always.
And they were always really tight. Italians and Albanians were always like cousins.
Right.
Everybody else was never really getting along, like
No.
in school, especially in New Utrecht. I've seen people get beat the fuck up, and it was always beaten up by like Italians and Albanian kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are the two kids the only two that were hanging out. Every now and then you'll see somebody else be cool, whatever, but like, nah.
But you know what I think is crazy too? It's playing football and basketball. Where did the theater come from? Was it really just something that you were like, I really don't want to go home? I'm gonna
Right,
put
I
my
almost
foot.
forgot we're
in
an
everything.
artist here.
That's
you know
what I'm saying. So
yeah.
I'm
I
thinking,
thought we're like tough fucking this, that.
So,
yeah.
and you were. That's the crazy part. You are and you were that person.
Yeah.
But I think that, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but now I'm thinking about you were dancing back home. You didn't want to, but you did.
Yeah.
And you came here, and one of the jobs that a lot of teenagers get is dancing at 316s.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that because it made you feel a type of way.
Yeah.
But then you got into theater. Maybe that shit worked out for you. You ever think about like that part, that perspective to it?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy you say that because like I still talk to the lady that got me in theater. Her name is Sarah
Yeah, I'd love
Steinweiss.
to know how that happened.
She's an Italian lady from Bensonhurst, and you know Anthony Ramos was in theater with me. He just did Twister. He did.
It's crazy.
He's did the Gaga movie. He was the main character in Transformers.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
did
didn't-
In
I
the
didn't-
Heights. He's the main character, bro. That's my little bro. Like
That's crazy.
he was my understudy. Like,
Yeah.
and then he went after he did for Hamilton, the show on Broadway.
On Broadway. That's like
And-
top notch for Broadway type shit.
Yeah, bro. Like he's the main guy, and
Yeah.
that was the guy I was doing theater with. You
crazy.
know, but like, bro, like in the most respectful way, bro. Like anybody watching this, they're gonna be like, "Yo, this guy's cocky" or whatever. Bro, I swear to God, I'm not. I'm just telling you that you can do anything you put your mind to. I swear to God, bro. I was the super of my building. I used to do the garbages and have to mop the floors. No elevator. I would do it top to bottom. There's no elevator in my building. You can eat off those floors by the time I'm done. Because everything I was taught was to do the best. You just got to do the best. And I did theater, bro. I was really good at it. I loved it. It was my favorite shit, bro. I love theater. I loved it. Shout out to all my friends in theater too. I had so many cool friends that I'm still friends with. You know, I was talking to this kid. Bro, I had greater experiences on the stage than I did on the football field. But the lessons that I learned on a football field, I did not learn on the stage.
Makes sense. I get that.
Because the shit, like I was telling Jimmy today, my boy, I said, if I never played football, I don't think I would have been successful. Because I got my shit fucking rocked. And I had to get up and not cry because everybody's looking at me.
One more play, next play.
Keep in mind, bro, I'm a skateboarder, bro. People don't know, bro. I was the kid that was hanging out with all the rich kids. I found out where they lived, and I would take my skateboard there and hang out with all those rich kids. That's how my life changed. If you wonder how I came into the music
That
business,
was my next question.
bro, I had a Sean John velour suit with Timberlands doing kickflips. They've never seen anything like that in their life.
I think we've ever seen anything like that.
Might be the
ever,
most well-rounded person I ever seen.
That's some Brooklyn shit right there, bro. That's gonna be some of the most Brooklyn shit I ever heard in my life. How about that?
Bro, I swear to God, bro. Bro, I got a tattoo on my stomach.
Timberlands on the skateboard.
Bro,
that's hilarious.
with a Sean John suit and most embarrassing thing in the world. But they'd be like, yo, oh shit, like,
yeah.
And I
They're
played
wearing, like,
basketball,
knees,
bro.
totally.
Like I was the only kid I was the only white basketball player on my team. And that's how I got the name Larry. Because of Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Oh, wow.
They couldn't call me Labinot. That's my real name, Labinot. You can't say Labinot, pass me the ball. That shit don't work.
Hey, yo, Larry.
Hey, yo, Larry. That was me, Larry
The
Bird.
streets gave you a nickname,
They
bro.
gave me a
real
nickname.
quick.
I was like, yo, I was Birdman, you know what I mean? And
Crazy.
Larry Bird, that was me on the court. But I was the only one that could dunk, one hand. And I was the only one that could do it. You know, I would really put on. Like, I did my thing. But I love skateboarding because I love the Tony Hawk game.
Oh, it was the best game ever.
Wasteland.
All of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that shit was amazing.
Yeah,
bro.
because I would go into this cafe in Kosovo, pay 50 cents to play for 5 hours. And it was the greatest the internet cafe was like, the PlayStation cafe was the greatest thing to ever happen.
That
I was
sounds
in love
amazing.
with it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But bro, like, I literally took advantage and I loved theater. Everybody called me gay for it. And I was like, so what? I don't give a fuck. And I'm like infatuated. Like I remember when I did the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne said, "You want to be a gay icon?" I said, "Fuck yeah, I want to be a gay icon." The gay icons made me who I am. George Michael, Freddie Mercury, Elton John, bro. Me and Elton John are like the same person.
Yeah.
Like I love Elton John. You know what I mean? I love Elton John, bro. He's my heart. And I remember Charlamagne came at me and he thought he was gonna like clown me, but he looked ridiculous.
Can't clown somebody that's confident in themselves.
Yeah, are you stupid? Like, yo, bro, like, what are you talking about? Bro, my whole life, like, I love dance music. When I did 1984, they were like, you're doing 80s gay music. Like, yeah. Because inside of me, there's like some fucking kid who just like wants to be fucking dancing in a club.
Yeah.
I used to fucking dance in underground clubs as a kid. I used to sneak in and watch like the Studio 54 of like Africa.
The fucking era, bro.
And people fucking going crazy dancing and wilding out, bro. There's so much that's happening in my head.
Yeah.
There's like 40 tabs open.
Do you think people now are too afraid to embarrass themselves to like end up finding their actual message, like their actual truth in life?
I don't know, bro. I just know like.
Well, I mean, because I'm just saying, like, the Charlamagne, like, coming at you, that's how it is in society. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, from a young age, you were embarrassed, bro. You had to do all types of shit. You said you were dancing DJ John Carlos, 16 years old here. Like, you've had to do a slew of things from a young age to embarrass yourself, and it seems like you got over it. But in America, people don't want to embarrass themselves.
I mean, I wore a Speedo when I came here. We went to Coney Island. We took the train. We took the Q train all the way to Coney Island.
Right.
Or was it the F train as a kid? Me, my mom, my dad, all of us. And they had us in Speedos.
Mm-hmm.
And all my cousins
European.
I know it's
the
European,
thing.
but like...
Yeah.
Just constantly getting embarrassed.
Coney Island ain't never seen that before.
All the kids in Coney Island, like, yo, my man.
Yo, what the fuck you
what
wearing?
the fuck is you wearing?
Yeah. It's
Bro,
crazy.
I wore a Speedo, bro. Me and my brother wore Speedos.
I think that really worked in your favor, though, bro, because you know what? I tell people this all the time. The people that are okay with being ostracized are the people that are successful now. And you feeling that shame of wearing a Speedo, but that's who you were. You feeling that shame of picking up the garbage, so you felt like you had to wear a ski max. You could never be embarrassed again in your fucking life, bro.
Right, I don't really care. I think I'm so comfortable with my
that's what I'm
life.
saying.
You're right.
I feel like that's where it's built from.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. I'm gonna share something with you guys that I've never shared before in my life.
We love that.
When I was a kid, I was at this party, this rich kid's party. We were all there. Kids were all there. It was his birthday
It's in America?
in Germany.
Okay.
And I still remember till this day, one of the weirdest moments of my life. I've never experienced anything like this in my life. I was a kid. I was at this birthday party. And we were celebrating the birthday, and it was like we were the poorest kids there, all these rich German kids. And it was this kid, my father said his name was Diego. I don't think his name was Diego. I think his name was Ian. And my father's like making up names. And I'm like, yo, I don't think that was his name. I think his name was Ian. And, bro, it was his birthday. And we were there celebrating. And, bro, Dude reaches out and kisses me on my lips.
Oh man.
Yo,
Ian.
Bro, the kid reaches out and kisses me on my lips. And I was like, yo, what the fuck just happened?
What's going on
And
here?
all I see is my father drop kick him.
In Albania.
Yo,
stop. Fuck what you've been through. Not that. Death.
You ain't never been through that.
Stop, bro, please stop. Bro, stop it. Stop it. Yo, first of all. Huh?
What did you do?
Nothing. I picked him up and kissed him again. What the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah.
What you want me to do? I felt so bad,
Might
dude.
as well have a
Oh
moment
my
at that
God!
point.
At that point, I just grabbed him and kissed him on the forehead. I was like,
thought
I'm
he was
sorry.
doing what he was supposed to do, and your father just kicked him.
My father just drop kicked him, bro. The kid was kissing everybody at the party, and then my dad was not the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I felt so bad. Till this day, it like traumatized me because I just felt so bad. I was like, damn, Dad, you ruined a birthday.
That's because you're an empath.
Yeah, I am an empath. I feel all the pain. You know what I mean?
But I know that from conversations that we've had.
Did you just say?
Because he felt, bro. Could you imagine like him at however old that you were, and that shit happened to you,
bro? But no, you're right though. I am an
know.
empath, and I always say that with everybody. I always tell people like,
Right.
I feel pain in a different level, bro. I swear to God, I do.
Well, it's because you experienced it.
Yeah, but no, I feel people's pain though. Like it's like a weird like. I that's why I don't clown people. I don't put people down. I always uplift people, no matter what your background, race is, whatever. You come to my show, bro. There's literally everybody at my show. You look in the crowd. There's not just like the baseball cap hats and the football players, bro. There's gay fans, straight fans, black fans, white fans, Asian fans, Indian fans. I bring everybody together,
you
bro.
start your shows by saying that shit. Too.
Yeah,
in
bro.
LA, you started the show like
always,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm always about bringing people together.
But that's the thing with you, where, I mean, you mentioned earlier, you were like, yo, some people might say I'm cocky, some people might say I'm arrogant.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, after listening to you for 35, 40 minutes, I don't see that at all because, I mean, you just talked about all the experiences that you've been through.
Yeah.
And it's like, for people to judge you and say that about you, they haven't even remotely got close to the shit that you've been through or seen or the shit that you've had to witness and experience as a kid. As a kid.
Yeah.
Because the shit that happens to you when you're a kid, bro, that doesn't go away. That travels with you until your adulthood. You know what I'm saying? You don't forget about those things. You may be able to shelf them. You may be able to like put them behind you, but you always remember those little things that shape you to who you are.
I agree.
So I don't think you're cocky or arrogant at all. I think you're someone that's been through the fucking the trenches.
Yeah.
And you got your way out of it. And now you're living your fucking life because you deserve it and you worked your ass off to get here.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give you your flowers, at least like, you know, from 40 minutes of listening to you speak.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, but
course.
you know, bro, I dated this girl recently, and she was like into crystals and weird shit, and she was like a Grateful Dead fan, and I'm not into Grateful Dead. They suck. I'm not really into them.
Wow,
like,
that's crazy because there's a cult around that.
I don't give a fuck. They can go fuck themselves. Like, yo, like, I'm not into it. Like, I think it's bullshit. Like, if it's for you, it's for you. It's not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not into it. I've been sober 14 years of my life. Done drugs. You know what I'm saying? I've done drugs. You ever heard of a drug called Roxy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's like a Molly,
I didn't even know it was doing
that's
that
not
shit.
Molly. Roxy's are like what they call blues on the
thought it was
streets.
like
Yeah.
everything-
It's synthetic.
And I was doing Roxy, and I was doing fucking Xanax, and I was doing all types of shit, and I almost killed myself. That's when I decided to change my life.
Was music involved at this point?
Yeah,
You were
bro,
making
my whole
music?
life fucking
You haven't
fell
even
apart.
got to music.
Yeah. That's why.
Music at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, bro, my whole life was fucking nuts. I got a full scholarship to play football, and then I dropped out. When I dropped out, everybody took their fucking love away because they thought I was gonna go to the league. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
And everybody, my car disappears. You know, they chipped in for a car. It's some trash ass.
Especially when you're our size, people always look like when I worked in the restaurant, people be like, "Yo, where'd you play football?" I used
Yeah.
to get so offended. I'm like, "What you think? I'm just my size? Like I don't have something up here?"
Yeah.
I used to get so offended at people, bro.
But that's how it is. It's like they saw me as their ticket. You know what I mean? Still do now with the music
but
shit.
But I gotta ask you then. I gotta ask you because I've experienced the exact same thing. Division I.
Yeah.
Got injured. I went from being like the man of man, school, 40,000 people there.
Yeah.
Like, no one could touch me. Back home in my room, same room I grew up in.
Yeah.
Not the worst place in the world, Huntington, New York. You know what I'm saying? But it was like I was a loser, and I saw till this day, when I stopped playing football, my relationship with my dad has not been the same. Because we can't talk about anything. Because I'm interested in cameras and movies and all this shit. He liked football. So now, like, I just personally saw from a young age that if you're not winning, everyone treats you like you're a fucking loser.
Yep.
How do you think I felt?
Yeah.
A guy that fucking started smoking blunts, started running around butt naked after thinking I was losing my mind, like putting water in my face, like started popping pills because I felt like a fucking dweeb, bro. I was the man my whole life. People say things like, yo, what's going on with the music now? You lit, Birch? I've been lit. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Right.
Bro, I had Channel 12 waiting for me outside of my building in the hood with cameras in my face. What are you going to do to Curtis High School next week? You're going to the championship.
Right, from a young age.
What are you talking about?
Sure.
I was the
12 New York.
I was the fucking man.
Right there.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Channel 12 asking me questions like Bobby Boucher. Fucking asking me questions like, yo, Booby, what are you going to do?
Right.
We going to spin, baby. That's what we going to do. I'm going to win. And I'm telling you, I had cameras in my face my whole life. I've been the man my whole life. I picked up a newspaper. I saw my father pick up the newspaper, Daily News, New York Times, with me on the cover saying, oh my Gashi, with me like this.
Amazing.
You understand?
I used to have,
you know what I mean? Those pictures.
I was in the Daily News for the Golden Gloves one time. That's about it. You know what I'm
saying, though, you know?
But I can resonate with that because when I stopped boxing, me and my father's relationship went downhill too.
Of course, bro.
And we had nothing to talk about, and that shit still hurts me to this day.
Bro, I can't watch it. I can't watch football with him. It gets so weird. My dad.
Did you fall out of love with the sport, or it was just like, I have to go to college to play, and I don't want to go to college. And then I know the story about the radio in the car with your mother, and I would love to get into that when you heard it. Yeah. But like, did you fall out of love with football, or you just like, I'm not going to college. I really like the creative shit. I don't want to do this shit no more.
Yo, first of all, I used to jerk off with my left hand, and then one time I started jerking off with my right hand, and I injured it after I busted a nut, and I swear, like, it hyperextended my elbow, and that shit was fucking terrible.
I could never hold a football the same again.
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. I just felt like I couldn't play sports the same. It started to get whack. I went to college. I remember being in the tunnel, right? And I looked over at this kid from Patterson, New Jersey, and one kid from Elizabeth. Those are my friends because they're like close to New York. And everybody else was from Florida, this and that. Bro, there was tears coming down their fucking face. They hit the fucking field. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the time like, when are we getting off the fucking field? That's when I knew I'm not in love with it. I was only doing it to make my dad happy. The shit was horrible. I did it. I was good at it.
America's sport.
Bro, the coach had to beg me to stop catching touchdowns with one hand, bro. They had to beg me to stop doing it. Because that's like, it was easy, bro.
It was doing it for a flex.
It was easy, bro. What, please use two hands. Like, no. It was easy. Basketball too. I used to look at the opponent and shoot and score and look at them and go, that was me, bro. Wilding out, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm a different breed when it comes to this shit. I'm good at theater. I'm good at sports. I'm good at making gay music. I'm good at fucking making fucking rap music. I'm good at doing any type of music you want. I'm good at everything I do. Like, stop putting me in a fucking box unless it's a G-Wagon. Like, enough. Like, I can do whatever I put my fucking mind to.
Who's disrespected you the most? You have a lot of anger. I'm not trying to analyze you.
Whoever disrespected me the most is the people that always, like, fucking, you know, I got anger because it brings me back to when I stopped playing football, how people started to come around and talk to me like I was one of them. It's like the loser that goes, who else failed the math test in class? And then you raise your hand and say, I got a 64. They go, my dog.
Right.
Like, no, bitch. I'm not you. Same. I'm not one of you. I left football because I was done with it, okay? I'm into movies. I'm into art.
Yeah.
I'm into paintings.
Yeah.
You see me talking the way I'm talking because it just brought me back to my father going to me, you need to get a job. And telling me that I was not going to be shit. And then I was homeless. I left. I was on drugs and I left.
Well, you decided not to go to college, right?
Yeah. That's it. They said, go to Nassau. I said, no. Kingsborough, no. No one's going to see me, bro. Get out of here. No way. Bro, my pride is next level, bro. I'm Albanian. Albanians fucking what? We'd walk to Kosovo before we beg you to get on a plane. You crazy?
Was this when, I mean, you said you're not going to go to school. when did Nipsey tell you to drop out of school?
I dropped out that summer when my friends introduced me to a guy named Austin Rosen. Look, let me just tell you this. Keyword. Austin Rosen. There's no Post Malone without Austin Rosen. The music that you hear on the radio right now, every hit record, majority of the producers and writers, Austin Rosen. Austin Rosen. When people say, how the fuck did you, how was a guy from Brooklyn whose parents don't speak English come into the music business? How? Austin Rosen.
Blessing, maybe.
Blessing. Also closed doors on me. Shout out to Austin Rosen after I left. Cool, it's all good.
All good.
Austin Rosen changed my life. And I can never speak bad on him no matter where I go. Because he changed my life. I was a garbage man. I hated my life. He let me sleep in the studio. He let me come through around. He let me help me record my first mixtape. I had two best friends who are still my best friends till this day, two twins, Mike and Dave. They put up their bar mitzvah money. I met those kids while I was skateboarding. And they put up their bar mitzvah money, and I met Austin Rosen through them, through a friend. And I recorded this mixtape, and I met Nipsey Hussle in the studio through Johnny Shipes. And he said, yo, you good, bro. You can like literally drop out. Like, you dope. And I took that and I said, fuck it, I ain't going back to school. That's when the whole shit went down the hill. Mixtape flopped.
Yeah.
Didn't do well.
Fuck, bro.
I'm fucked. And I ended up in the streets of New York, like begging, selling this mixtape that I thought was going to take me somewhere, and it didn't. So I had to keep recording. I lost my mind, bro. I swear to God, bro, you sit on a street long enough and you'll start playing and tweaking in your head. I literally started hearing voices in my head. I literally started tweaking, bro. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I would never make that up. That's why when I see somebody homeless on the street and they're tweaking, I just pull over and I pray for them, bro, because that was me.
Yeah.
That was me. Literally, that was me, bro. I didn't know my next step. I didn't know who to talk to. I was literally freaking out, bugging out on the street. I would go up to people and be like, hey, what's your name? And they tell me their name. I'd write it on a CD and be like, nah, you got to pay me. I wrote your name on a CD. And they'd be like, no. I'd be like, no, fuck you. You got to pay. And I would chase them down. Like,
oh, my God.
I was the guy, bro. I would sleep in Wendy's. And, bro, there was a guy named N.A. who would let me sleep at this store called the 100 store. And he'd give me new clothes and put it on me. That's why
the 100's in Soho.
Yeah. They closed down. They're not there no more.
Not there no more, yeah.
I was on Grand Street, and I would sleep there, and he'd put clothes on my back, and that's how I would look fly. If you look at me, you'd be like, yo, how are you homeless? You look fly. Bro, I was wearing the 100s, and they would fucking give me all the fucking flyest clothes.
Real fucking
why did he do that for you?
Because he was my manager. He believed in me.
Right.
You know, he believed in me.
While you're homeless?
Yeah. He said, yo, you good, bro? He's like, I think you're dope.
Right.
And
when did the tide start to turn?
Now, hold up. Before we get there, are you sleeping on the street?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
outside
that?
through
terrible.
the night.
I slept right under the stairs. If you go to the Soho on Prince and Mercer, there's a stairs through Prada store. I would sleep right up the stairs, at the top or in the bottom. And you can ask some of the people that still work there. They'll be like, yeah, I used to wake them up, tell them get the fuck off the stairs. That was me. I would sleep on the train. The next day I would pretend to sign up for a gym, take a shower real quick in the gym. And luckily towards the end there would be food places where you'd go put the food in and go to and pay for it. I'd have a fork and I would eat before I get to the counter and throw it out and run out. That was like my life. And has so many people buy the CD off me. Some people take CDs. Bro, DJ Envy, when I did the Charlemagne shit, I told him, he's like, oh shit, I remember that. Like, a lot of people.
This is the craziest story I've ever heard in my
It's real shit. It's real
bro,
shit.
I'm not even glazing. I'm just like.
I'm being serious.
Because I can't even completely validate it. I'm not going to lie. Some of the shit you said is so crazy to me, I can't even like completely believe
bro,
it.
it's cool. Like, some of the
Yo.
shit I'm saying, I wish that I didn't have to go through, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but like everything I'm telling you, my receipts are longer than CVS receipts. Like,
no,
you
it's
can
real. Yeah.
you can Google everything I'm saying. Like, when I told people,
I'm not saying it's not. I just, bro, it's so crazy to me.
yeah,
That I'm like, how is there not a TV show about
but
this situation?
it's not ready yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? My
You know
life
what
is
I'm
still
saying?
going.
Yeah.
It's just,
you know?
it's just crazy.
Like, it's like when I tell people I was dating the biggest celebrity in the world. They go, there's no way. There's no way you were dating her.
Who was that?
I can't say. I don't want to say.
I just had to ask,
but I'll prove it to you.
Journalist.
You know,
Oh no, it's
real.
real. Yeah, it's
every
real.
single person, everything I'm talking about, there's nothing for me to gaslight, or fumble or talk. Like there's nothing. Some of these stories I'm not proud of.
Right.
Some of these things I'm not. Like me telling you, like I waited for Jay-Z, threw my shit in the garbage. Like that's not something I'm proud of. Like I wish that never happened. I wish he took it and signed me. So long story short, I meet this guy on social media and goes, yo, I'm a huge fan. I'll record you for free. You just got to find a way to come to Jersey. So I'm like, guys, say less. My mother calls me and she's like, I need to help you. My mother helped me. She started praying for me. My grandmother just died. So I started to come back around. And my mom would let me drive the family car to drop her off at her job. And my mom would do cleaning, so she would like look after people and clean their house and laundry and whatever. And one time I'm driving my mom to work, and I recorded one of the songs called "Who Made Me," and just as I got my mental back, I'm about to go back to school. I'm driving my mom, and Peter Rosenberg played my song "Who Made Me" on the radio. And that's when I was like, yo, fuck that. I ain't going back. I pulled over. I started crying. Like, that's a sign. That's a sign. I need to keep doing.
It's the butterfly effect right there.
Yeah.
But if you weren't in that car at that point, you might have not been sitting here.
So I was like, yo, fuck it, you know? And he played my shit. Peter Rosenberg played my shit. Busta Rhymes co-signed me on MTV. By the way, everything I'm telling you on this camera, you can Google and you can find. Every single detail that I'm saying. And anything I lie about, call me out. Go on Google, call me out. And we'll talk about it. But everything that I'm saying right now on this camera, everything I'm saying right here is a fact and it's the truth. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. Everything I'm saying right now is a fucking fact. I was on a plane the other day with some rich kids. We were taking the jet. And one of the kids across me goes, I don't believe you. There's no way. And he called me a Nepo baby. I ain't know what a Nepo baby is.
I heard you say that before. I didn't know.
I started picking it up. Now I know what nepotism
is.
Where your dad gets the job and then he hires the son, and then the son hires the son, and it goes on forever.
Right.
Where you come from money. And the kid across me said, I don't believe you. Because I told him some of the stories in LA that I did. I've had a lot of sex in LA. I've literally fucked everything in LA. Like I've literally fucked everything. Like I've had sex, so much sex, that once I become, when I become popular, like super popular, everyone's gonna come after me and be like, yeah, he fucked me and he came on my face and walked away. Like, I've literally had so much sex and had such a good time in LA. I've never treated anybody terribly, but that's what they do. They come after you and they go, yeah, he fucked me. I thought I was in love with him. Like, you're not in love with me. Like, we just had the thing and I kept it moving. Like, I've done so many orgy parties and had so much fun in LA. But when I tell people these stories, they go, there's no way that you had sex with them. There's no way. And I go, yes way. And I whip out my phone and show them the tape. Sometimes I literally have to show them the video. And they go, no way. So anyway, I was on a jet with the person that owns New York, basically. You know what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to say their name. I don't want to do it.
Whatever.
But I was on a jet and the kid across me tried to test me. And he tried to say that about me. He tried to say, there's no way the story is true. Like, I can't believe that story. And I had to go on my fucking phone and I go, all right, so I'm making this up. Okay, say less. So I had to go here and I go, boom, boom. So this person that you're saying doesn't know me. What are you talking about? You're crazy. I'm not crazy. You are thinking small. I'm on the jet with the guy that owns every team in New York. I come from garbage, from nothing. I just told you my story, where I come from. I should be like, this is not true.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I should be the one to say this is not true. I come from zero. You come from money, and you think this is not true?
Yeah, right.
What kind of bullshit is this?
All right, no.
It should be the other way around.
I'm gonna stop the pod. I'm not gonna say nothing. What? So I need a self-help book then from you. I need something to teach me how to do then what you just did, because what I just saw.
The thing is like, I've did everything in my life. I'm not ashamed to say it. When I first moved to LA, I was on a website where I was a sugar baby. So I would date older women, and sometimes I would allow older dudes to take me on dinner to feed me because there was no other way of me getting fed. I was gonna die.
Talk about this.
I was gonna die, and I had a warrant for my arrest, so I couldn't come back to New York. And I had a song come out called "Disrespectful," and I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna do?"
And that was the one. Disrespectful was the
changed
one.
my life.
Changed your life.
So at the time, I was dating a model who was like Calvin Klein model, and I had her book my flight to New York, and I had to use my brother's ID to come back. And my shit's taken off. I don't know what to do. But I have a warrant for my arrest for some shit that went down that I fucking, the case got dropped, that I did. And I had to fucking deal with that shit, you know? And
you finally got a song that like
took off.
It's not that you were chasing a hit, but like you were chasing.
Of course he was chasing a hit.
Yeah, but when you chase the hit, you don't get the hit. The hit just kind of just comes to you.
Yeah.
I don't think you were. But
I wasn't chasing that hit.
It finally happened.
It finally happened.
And you were like, fuck.
Fuck. I had to fly out to Iceland.
Yeah.
To lay low.
You told me the story.
Yeah. And the shit was really went down, and I can't tell the story on this thing because now I could tell you stuff that will blow your fucking mind and go, yo, there's no way that's real. And I could tell you stuff that's gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah. Right,
that's really real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my life is real, bro. And I would never ever. There's nothing for me to show off. And I'm telling you, the shit that I dealt with for how I met Hove and how I got in the game. Before that, I started recording with the guy in Jersey. I put the CD out. It doesn't do well, the second tape. But I get a call from a guy named Jason Flom. His son played my music for him. He has this thing called Lava Records. And Lava signed Lord, Jesse J.
Yeah. Crazy.
Katy Perry.
Crazy.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, they're going to sign me. I'm going to be a big pop star. Fuck it. I can do pop.
Sure.
I can do any genre. That's how I thought. I got this call, and I couldn't believe this guy called me. And I was like, holy shit. The guy signed the biggest artist in the world. And he gave me a deal. I signed for like 15 albums, $5,000. It was like the worst deal anyone could ever get in their life.
15 albums, five.
But you're in a place of like, oh shit, like I need to do this. What the fuck am I gonna do?
No, that is real.
15? What do you mean 15 albums?
15 albums.
Some
like,
people never come out with 15 albums. Some
I
people
know,
have
but,
like 3
but
albums.
basically,
they're covering
basically
the future just
saying
in case.
in perpetuity in case it becomes successful. So if it fails, you'll give them 3 albums and go away. But if it does well, you owe me 15 albums.
Which
And then they're
basically
gonna
your
have to
entire
pay
career.
you more than $5,000.
Yes, the money goes up.
Right. Okay.
But I signed for 5 Gs.
Okay.
Wow.
Jesus.
Trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flew me out to Aspen, and I couldn't believe I was in Aspen. I was with
That's
my homie.
dope, though.
Yeah, I was the only kid that looked like me on the mountain. It was insane. I had my Jamaican homie with me. We made it. Like there's no way we made it.
And
Like,
also, I just want to paint a picture. You weren't tatted yet.
I had some tats.
You had some tats.
Yeah, my thighs and shit. Cause
I remember, but it wasn't. I remember when you first started getting super tatted.
Yeah. No, but I was tatted up my thighs, my legs, but I was covering it up because I have respect for my mother. I love my mother.
Yeah.
I love my father too, but my mother is my heart, my best friend, and I didn't want to upset her. So when I went to LA and started making money, that's when I got flooded.
I watched
But-
it.
but-
I watched that shit happen in real time, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swear to you, I did.
I was going getting flooded, but like, I got my deal. He flew me out to Aspen. After Aspen, I came back to New York, and he never spoke to me again.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
So he
And
signed
then-
you to this deal, flies you
Yeah.
out, and you get back to New York, and you never hear from
Yeah.
this motherfucker again.
He didn't know what to do with me. Honestly, he didn't know what to do with me. And
Disrespectful is not out yet.
no. This
this
is
is
before
way
disrespectful.
before that.
I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah.
And I remember walking Central Park with Eminem and Royce the 5'9" and his niece, and I didn't know it was Eminem because he was wearing a mask. And I wish I knew. And he had to go, and then I went upstairs, and Royce was like, yo, your shit's dope. I played him Switch Up, and all that shit's gonna come out. Switch Up was gonna come out. They flew me out to LA. The first song I did was for Travis Scott. Worked on a song with DJ Snake called Don't You Give Up Now, Now, Now. I was in the studio working on that. Let Me Love You.
Justin Bieber.
And I was
said
like,
this before,
yeah,
have I said this before?
originally it was R. Kelly on that record. But
Oh,
R.
wow.
Kelly and I got into a beef. And he did some shit where he stole a song of mine called Switch Up.
Oh, really?
And put it out with Lil Wayne. And the girl that wrote it with me, I don't want to say her name, she sold it to him behind my back on my birthday.
Oh my
That song is going to change my life. So I call the guy and I tell him, I want out of my deal. And he goes, you can't get out of your deal. And I said, all right. So I find this kid and I said this kid was going to sign to Drake. So I see a video of him playing piano for Drake. Drake is sipping wine. I take that video, I send it to the guy, and I'm like, this guy's going to sign to Drake this week. I have the plug. If you need me, I can get him to have a meeting with you. And he goes, okay. He has a meeting, and I set the meeting up, and he goes, what? Drake's going to sign him. Drake was going to sign him. And he goes, what do you want as your finder's fee? And I said, to get out of my deal. So I switch deals, get out. This kid gets signed. I fly back to L.A., and I'm in the studio now working with this guy named Austin Rosen. Again, he comes back in my life. After 2010 now, goes back to 2015. And I meet this kid, Post Malone, and, you know, White Iverson's popping off, whatever. And we're getting cool. We're driving around New York City, me and him. We're like, we're going to pop off. And it looked weird because me and Post Malone were like brothers in a way because we looked alike. It was weird. Two fat white guys, ugly. Tattoos. We look like French bulldogs, you know, like you're ugly, but you're cute at the same time. It's weird. We're driving around in my hoopty, and we're talking about making it. And
we go to the video.
Huh?
He was in the video.
His first video was my video. Post Malone's first video is my video. If you look at that video, Post Malone's first time, I had him around a bunch of Crips from my block, and Post Malone was Post Malone's introduction to the world.
It's crazy.
I brought Post Malone to the big screen. I brought him around, yeah. And Post Malone's been a fucking nightmare, you know?
Do you have any relationship with him?
No, I don't. I saw Post Malone recently at CMA's Fest. They sat us right next to each other. And he didn't look at me once, and I looked at him, and he didn't look at me.
How could that make sense?
He didn't look at me. It is what it is. How could that make sense? Google it. I showed you clips.
I'm not saying that it's not real.
Yeah.
I'm saying, why do you think he didn't look at you?
I don't know. You ask him that when you see him. I mean, the reality is Post Malone and I, we have a relationship. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. He knows what the fuck time it is when he sees me. And
I'll bring that back up when we start talking about Brooklyn Cowboy, but we'll forget about that.
We'll probably get there. Probably get to the music at some point.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We're here now. Disrespectful's about to drop.
Yeah.
I mean, about to get lit.
Post Malone and I are in L.A. He's working with his people. I'm working with my people. I found a guy named Louis Bell. I want to give a big shout out to this guy named Mike Stud.
Wow.
Mike, we just filmed this concert last week.
Okay.
Literally last week.
I have 3 of his tattoos from like something that correlates with him.
No way.
He changed he's the reason this podcast started, the YNK
All right.
podcast.
He hates me.
Oh.
He hates me. Look, hey,
tell the story how you were going to tell it.
Fuck it. I love Mike Stud because when I first went to L.A., he let me sleep on his couch.
Okay.
And I'll never forget that. Mike Stud really put me on game, and he changed my life. I did a song called Minute for my album, and I gave it to him for his album. Mike Stud really, really helped me, and he's a great guy. He's not a bad guy. He's a great guy. He's a great human being, and credit is not given to Mike Stud the way it should be. If it wasn't for Mike Stud, we probably have no Post Malone. Let me tell you why.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Post Malone had a sound, White Iverson, it was cool, whatever. What made Post Malone who Post Malone is a guy named Louis Bell, who produces and records him and gives him the sound he has. All of that was made by a guy named Louis Bell. And Louis Bell was brought to the industry by Mike Stud from Boston. And I feel bad. I think Mike Stud is due credit. He's changed the game without it even being talked about. The guy who brought Mike Stud in the game is Austin Rosen. Back to Austin Rosen.
Why do you not like Mike Stud now?
Who, me? I love Mike Stud.
I thought you just say he's a pussy bitch and
he's a pussy bitch for doing what he's doing. I wrote him.
What is he doing?
Here's the problem. We wrote a song called For Life on DJ Snake's album. I am just happy to be here, guys. I just got to LA. I'm just happy to be here. Who's managing me? Austin Rosen. Who's managing Mike Stud? Austin Rosen. Who's handling paperwork? Them, not me. I don't know how to handle paperwork. I don't have a lawyer. They do. I don't. The song comes out. Mike Stud's not giving credit. Why? I never did paperwork. They're supposed to ask him what's going on. They said, are you cool with this percent? I said, yes, I'm just happy to be here.
We back.
We're back.
A little intermission. You had to get some food.
Little break.
Right,
I was hungry.
You guys are hungry.
So you guys know.
Good.
So you guys know. I have fatty liver, and I gained a lot of weight when I broke up with my girlfriend in 2022, and then I dated a crazy girl who made everything even worse, and my health was like fucked up.
Yeah.
I got my dream home in LA, and I was so happy. I dated the wrong bitch, and it fucked me up. It fucked me up, man.
That'll do it.
Who you date is so important, man. Because even if you got all your dreams come true, if you have the wrong person in the house, your whole shit was gonna fall apart, man. I had this bitch feeding me shit she knew was killing me, and she purposely was doing it to act like she was saving me. And I found out, because I'm looking for a therapist, I was talking to a few of them, and there's like a word for it, for people that like make you sick to pretend to help you.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Shit's
This
fucking
is
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
We're just right back into it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what the fuck happened here, bro?
So she's doing things deliberately to hurt you.
So you know I'm allergic to tomatoes. You know I'm allergic to shrimp. You know I'm allergic to gluten.
Mm-hmm.
And like have me eat it without telling me that that's what that is.
Yeah.
Or put weird shit in my food and then make me feel sick and they'd be like, oh, let me stay and help you out. Are you okay? Like, let me come here. Like,
It's crazy.
Like, and the
hurting
thing
you to help you so that you're like, oh wow, she's helping me.
She's helping me.
Meanwhile, she was the cause for fucking.
Like, I love her. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're helping me, but you're causing this shit.
Mhm.
Bro, what you mean? You know how many people shoot at you daily that you don't know about? And they jump in front of the bullet because they knew it was coming?
Yeah.
But you're like, yo, I love you, dog. You just jumped in front of a bullet. But they're the ones who shot it?
Crazy.
Bro, look for that shit. You probably have some of those people in your life you don't even know
I don't
about
even
it.
know about it.
There's so many people in your life right now that you don't know are literally watching you in the hole saying, reach for my arm. Meanwhile, this arm is holding the ladder.
Yeah.
Reach, I can't, take my good hand. Like, yo, just send me the fucking ladder down. They don't want to. They want you to say, please, I need you. I can't do business with those kind of people.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, dog. Beat it.
They want to hold that leverage.
The worst.
Yeah.
Viral as fuck. That was a crazy clip.
That was a great.
That clip is gonna go crazy
That's
viral.
why
Fuck
you
them.
had that moment, because you had
Yo.
to say those words with your mouth.
Going back to Mike Stud. I love Mike Stud. Mike Stud and I have no problems. He knows we don't have problems. I wrote him 2 times. He left me on red. The people that were supposed to do Mike Stud's business didn't do Mike Stud's business and blamed everything on me when I left. And I think he thought that I was not trying to give him credit on a song, which is not true. Because everybody knows my first album, second album, third album, everybody in my old project building got credit on my entire album. I gave publishing to everybody in my building who was not even there to write songs because I wanted to give money to everybody in my building. So when it comes to percentages, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
If my dog is in a room, he's getting 5% on a song. My nephews got percentage on my album. They're not even in the room.
Yeah.
I've never been greedy. Whatever he took it as whatever he took it as. Mike Studs helped me get to where I need to get to. I will forever have love for him. And hopefully he sees this and reaches out. And if he doesn't, it is what it is.
Yo, Mike, make that call, fam.
Make that call, bro.
Make that
Stop
call,
being
fam.
stop being
I'm
stop
gonna have to
being
hit up
crazy.
Stacks.
Yo, come on,
Be
stop
like,
being
yo,
crazy.
Stacks.
We good though. You know what it is, bro.
Gotta
Life
connect some
life
dots
is
over
amazing. Just know I'm giving you your flowers, Mikey. Like, you good. Thank you for letting me sleep on your fucking couch. And just know you have a friend named Foley. He's pussy, and if I ever run into him, I will break his fucking face. He's pussy as shit. He's a camel toe. I never liked him. He's the only person in your crew I never liked. And I have to admittedly, openly say, I will beat the fuck out of him and tell him every girl I fucked that he fucked always said he had a small dick. You whack as fuck, and you should know that. Next, moving on.
Moving on.
You know they're not cool anymore, right?
No.
Yeah, they had a falling
Oh,
out.
bro,
Yeah,
Foley
yeah.
stole hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars from Mike on the company credit card in Nashville while he was supposed to be running the clothing company, and Mike found out and put him on blast on the documentary.
And the kid Stags that I just said is now the one that runs the clothing company
Bro,
instead
get
of Foley.
the fuck out of here, bro.
Swear to God, bro.
Foley, I knew you was a bitch. You see what I'm saying? Bro, I'm an empath, dog. He's a bitch. I told you. Oh, he's a bitch. Foley, wherever you are, you's a bitch.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I knew it. And, bro, I haven't spoken about Mike or heard about Mike. Bro, nothing. Bro, I haven't spoken about Mike or brought that name up in like 10 years.
Wow. Crazy. That's how you know you're supposed to
This
be
is
here right
weird
now, man.
shit, huh?
That's how you knew you're supposed to be here right
Bro,
now,
I
man.
told
Some
you.
butterfly effect
That
shit,
kid's
huh?
a bitch, bro. I was fucking with this girl, and then she was like hungry, whatever. So she was like, yo, let's go get pizza. I went to get pizza. And then she took a picture of me and posted me on her story. He's like, I hate that kid. He wrote that. So I took a picture of my dick and I DM'd it to him. You's a bitch, cuz. If you ever see me, please let me know you're in the room. Fuck, bro.
Fuck
Change
that
your
guy.
face real quick. Albane style. Liam Neeson, you're dead. All right, let's
Get
continue.
into the music. Let's get into
get
the
back
music.
to the music.
Brooklyn Cowboy.
I want to get into Brooklyn Cowboy, but I want to get
Fucking Foley.
I want to start a little bit before that. Fuck Foley. I
Fuck
want to start a little
Foley.
bit.
Fuck Foley.
I
What a
want to know.
thief.
I want to know what in the moment, right, when you drop Disrespectful, what that did for you as an artist. For your confidence, because you've been working at it for so long. You had 2 mixtapes that you said that, in your words, that
I
they
want to
kind of
fucking
failed.
make it. Disrespectful made you make it. There was
Yeah.
moments in your life, whatever, but Disrespectful was
Was the
moment.
one. And
Yeah.
how did that make you feel as an artist at the time?
Let me tell you something. I left Austin Rosen. I got a call from this guy named Nick from Australia. Stayed with him at his crib. He's friends with DJ Snake. Woke up at his crib. All they did was eat Vegemite and shit. It was lit. But I needed real management. And I was dating this beautiful girl out here in New York. I was trying to get her to come to LA with me, but I didn't have nowhere to fucking have a sleep. She didn't know I was hurting because she was drop dead gorgeous. And I was like, damn, she can't know that I'm struggling. I called this guy named Brad, who was managing Tyler, the Creator, and he managed me. And he opened up his own shit called Ceremony of Roses, and I was one of the first artists. It was me, him, YG,
Wow.
and this girl named LMA.
Okay.
You guys know LMA?
Naked.
Naked, my
Yeah.
favorite song.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
love it.
song.
I love it. I get naked to that song. It's the best song. So anyway, LMA, I love her. She's the best. I still have a crush on her. I think I still follow her. I only follow like 50 people. And I remember sharing a crib with LMA at Brad's house. We were trying to make it together, and her brother would walk around with tighty whities. It was annoying. And I was like, yo, Brad, what's going on? This man's
put
walking
some
around with
pants
tighty
on,
whities.
bro.
It's mad annoying. Like, bro, but listen to me. I don't got a problem with anybody wearing tighty whities, but you got to be like somebody I want to see wearing tighty whities. Like, if you're not, like, if you like a weird looking dude, like, bro, you got to be like with somebody really close to me to be in underwear walking around. Because I don't care, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But when it's somebody weird, I'm like, yo, your sister's here.
What's going on?
Like, you're a grown ass man, bro. Get your shit together, you know? At the time, Mustard wanted to sign me. DJ Mustard.
That's interesting.
So
Got a very specific sound.
yeah. So I'm like, I'm about to sign to Mustard. Mustard ends up signing LMA. So Mustard works to YG. This guy Rory, who I'm sleeping in his crib, there's lean all over the carpet. I'm sleeping in this small fucking room where my head could touch the wall and my legs, and I gotta thug it out until I find out what my next step is. So I'm like, yo, what do I do? He goes, yo, YG's going on tour, and I need you to carry these Donald Trump piñatas. So I'm like, fuck.
That's when that song came out, Fuck Donald Trump.
That's when he did Fuck Donald Trump. So I'm carrying these Donald Trump piñatas, and I'm watching him bring all his fans up on stage, and they're beating Donald Trump up on stage. Bro, I can't do this every night. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to be a star. I can't
carrying
carry
your fucking-
Donald Trump
Right.
piñatas. So I said, I'm out. I left them. I said, I need your Prius. So I jump in the Prius, and I drive towards the valley, and there's a girl named Jazzy, who's a big songwriter. She invites me to the session, and I meet this guy named Josh Berkman, who invites me to a party, to this guy's party named Detail. Detail's in trouble. I think he's in jail. He raped this girl.
Not good.
I'll tell you what happened. Crazy story. I was dating this girl who was this most amazing person ever. She wanted to do music. She had a session with this guy who wrote all the Beyonce songs, Future songs, Drake songs, and he ended up doing some crazy shit and went to jail. Some crazy shit happened. But I went to his party because I got invited to, and I pulled up at the party. This is before my life changes. This is where my life changes right here. I pull up at the party now. I just left Donald Trump Pinatas. My life is fucked up in shambles. I'm in a Prius that's owned by a guy named Rory. It's fucking falling apart. I'm in there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Should I go inside? My outfit sucks. They're going to know I'm broke in LA. I don't have the hundreds to cover up. Fuck it. I go inside, and as soon as I go inside, I'm meeting everybody, and I meet these 2 London British kids, and they go, "Hi, mate, how you doing, bro? I can't believe it. You're here. I know who you are." And I'm like, "You know who I am?" He's like, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah." We chop it up. He's like, "Our studio's like right down the block." I'm like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I live far, but you know, little did they know I'm sleeping in the car." So I'm sleeping at a Starbucks that's down the hill. They go, "Tomorrow, come over. We'll do this studio session." Bam, bam, bam. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, fuck, I got to use the restroom. I got to shower. I'm using the Wi-Fi from Starbucks. And they write me, "Are you still coming?" on message. And I'm like, "Yes, send me the address." Bro, I was down the block. They were up, I was down.
You're right there. You don't want them to know that, obviously.
No, so I ran up there and I'm like, "Give me 1 second." I go and I use shower. They're like, "Bruv, yeah." They knocking on the door after an hour. Like, "Are you good in there?" Like,
you shower in their bathroom?
Yeah. I just went because I needed to shower. I haven't showered in that long. So I'm like, "Yo, I'm showering. I'm taking my time. I'm going through that Wi-Fi."
Hold on a second. How are you able to feel confident knowing that you're going to go to their crib and this is a big moment? You have to shower at their crib.
I mean, it's not a big moment because they're not known producers.
Right.
Yeah, you don't know what's about to go on.
I don't know who they are, whatever.
Right.
I'm just using them to shower and then record a song, go home.
Whatever
I don't know
whatever
happens. I don't know who they are. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go knock on the door. I'm showering now, wipe my ass, taking a shit. I'm on the phone, like living life. The bathroom is big. I'm about to take some pictures. I got to flex, you know? So I'm sitting there, and out of nowhere, they go, boom, boom, boom. "Mate, are you all right in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, you been in there for like an hour and a half." And I'm like, "Oh, my bad, I'm coming out." So I come out, I'm like, "All right, guys, thank you." They go, "What? You're supposed to record." And I'm like, "Oh, shit, yeah, I am. Put the beat on, let's go." And the first song I do is "Turn Me Down," which ended up being big. Marshmello played it, killed it. Second song I recorded is "Disrespectful," front to back. Everything was written in my head.
Yeah.
So I did both songs off the top. Nothing was written. Everything was front to back. And I walk away. "Thank you, guys." And I walk out. They sent me the song.
They mixed it, whatever. They
mastered it, whatever. I'm playing it in the Prius over and over again. I drive to this place called Crave in Encino. And I'm cool with the guys in Crave because they fed me. They knew I was poor. They were like, "Yo, this guy's fucking broke." They would feed me. And I would be cool with them. And I would play them my music. I'm like, "What you think?" Like, "Yo, bro, this is sick, fam." And I played them Disrespectful that night. And the guy goes, "Play it again." Played it again. "Yo, play it again." Played it again. I think we played it over 30 times. And I was like, "This is special." I called this girl that I was fucking with from Paramus. "Holla at me. I love you. Thank you for that." She flew me to New York because she wanted to get banged out. And I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm going to do what I got to do with her. And then I'll go to my family. I haven't seen my family." I had no money to book a flight. So she booked me the flight. I landed JFK. I see her waiting for me. I was like, it's a wrap. I jump in the cab and I go straight to my sister's. She's like, "Where you at?" I had to go. And I go to my sister's crib and I play Disrespectful. And I play it for the first time. And my mom, my sister are playing it. And the video goes viral. I'm holding the ice cream cone in my hand while I'm dancing. And the video went viral. And that's how the song Disrespectful took off.
So now you got eyes on you.
Now eyes are on me. I got a case going on. I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, I get a call from this guy named Steve. He plays it for J&M. Rock Nation reaches out. I end up signing with Jay-Z for management. I go to RCA Records. I go in there. I say, "I want $3 million. They go, "We're not giving you $3 million. I said, "All right."
All right.
I take the clip of me going off in the boardroom. It went viral. I think we have almost 2 billion streams.
Yeah, that's
on that. And it went viral. I told them I want $3 million. They said no. I had my parents meet me at the lobby because I told them that when I come down, I'm going to have at least 2.5. And I'm going to go, I looked at this house that I wanted to buy for them. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to move them into their house. My parents are downstairs waiting for me after the meeting. My mom, she has a balloon called Get Well Soon. She wasn't looking at the balloon. It says Get Well Soon with flowers, congratulations, balloon. I didn't get the deal. And they said no to me. And I came down, I cried a little bit. And she said, it's okay. And I said, no, Mom, it's not. I didn't get the deal. And I was so upset, I started crying. And I said, Mom, I'm going back to LA. And she said, why? I said, I'm going to go back to LA. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I jumped on a flight and I flew commercial. I flew away in the back. I remember I uploaded the meeting, the video, and I fell asleep and I woke up to 300,000 followers plus. In 6 hours, I had 300,000 plus followers.
And how?
Back in the day, if you went viral, it was different viral.
Well, now you got leverage now. Now you got some leverage.
Back in the day, if you went viral, if Drake posted you once, you'd fucking get 1 million plays.
But now I bet you RCA's on the line again.
RCA called me right back. As soon as the plane landed, I flew back first class. Signed my deal.
3 million?
Yep. Well, almost.
Okay.
2 point something.
It was enough.
And it was enough for me to buy a house, move my parents in their first home.
What was that like?
Amazing. Moved my parents to their first home. They couldn't believe it. They stood next to the door the whole first week. They couldn't believe that they had beds. They thought I was Airbnb and playing a trick on them. They couldn't sleep. And I told them I really owned it. And that it was their house. And I moved into my first home.
And you went on a run from there.
Yeah, I went on a run.
You dropped
Dropped music. I killed it.
You dropped
Everybody called me.
You dropped Safety because Brown hopped on Safety.
Killed it.
You had
Dua Lipa called. Everybody called to do shows.
You did her.
I did her festival in Kosovo. Everybody called. I was friends with every celebrity.
What is that like as a kid?
Sucked. They're the worst. I hate them. I
Really?
think, yeah, I love my family. I love my real friends. I think celebrities are weird and they're not comfortable with who they are and they put you down and they're just weird. But who cares? Fuck them. The idea is my life changed. I always think, what if I played my music and I stood there and pretended to be cool? Think about that moment right now. If I played my music and I wanted to be cool and I said, it's going to be cringe, I would have never got the deal.
No.
But I fucking did what I had to do. I jumped around. I let them know that I was happy to be there, and I got my fucking deal because it went viral.
Yeah.
You're not where you want to be because you're too fucking scared of how you're going to look. You're too scared to look stupid, so you let every opportunity pass you by. Do you know that the person that's going to laugh at you is going to die, their kids are going to die, and their kids' kids are going to die? It doesn't fucking matter. None of this shit matters. If you think I'm cringe, I'm corny, I don't give a fuck. I swear to God, I don't care. There's nothing I care about. It doesn't matter. That's where I'm at in life. I don't think I care anymore.
What matters?
What matters is your mom, your dad, your family, how you make people feel. The ones that matter to you. That's what matters. Everything else, it doesn't matter. I just saw this kid named Sketch. Fucking his pornos leaked. Him getting piped out on Twitter. Getting ran on. Getting fucked. On Twitter, like getting fucked. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
He's getting fucked on Twitter by the biggest dicks in the world. And they exposed him. And
he's good.
Life goes on.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? He did it. Who gives a fuck? Like, I don't know what to say. I felt so bad. I went and I wrote him. I wrote, keep your head up. The world loves you.
It's crazy.
What's there to say? What's there to do? I don't know, But, like, are we going to keep talking about it? Or are we going to move on? Yeah. People have to move on. Michael Jackson died and the world did not stop. What makes you so special?
Yeah. That's a good point.
The world moves on, bro. Marlon Brando was getting piped out. The world moved on.
Not a lot of people even know that. Yeah, not a lot
The
of
Godfather
people know that.
was getting...
That's public information.
The Godfather was getting fucked. And the only reason why I'm mad is because I didn't get a chance to fuck him too. And that's the reality. It's like, I love Marlon Brando. He's the fucking best.
Fucking
But it's like,
bro.
it's the Godfather. Like, what?
But you know what I think is interesting about music styles to keep it music now and to get into Brooklyn Cowboy is Disrespectful went crazy. And that video of you in the boardroom going crazy. And then you did a couple songs like dance song Safety. I love Safety. I sing it. I can dance to it. I love Creep on Me. But then it showed how true of an artist you are, because it was like you kind of got bored. You're like, I got to switch it up. And then you went into 1984. That wasn't 1984. Wasn't next. You had self-proclaimed album.
When I did 1984, I did 1984 in 2015, and I dropped it in 2020.
Yeah.
I wanted to do 80s music my whole life. I don't know why. I just love 80s music. I'm not an 80s baby. I just love it.
Nah, it's a special
but
time
I
in life.
love doing weird shit. I love being creative. I love doing things where people don't know my next move. That's the key. I don't want people to know my next move. That's what I do with my music. I did Brooklyn Cowboy in 2020. I decided I wanted to do country music. My label hated it. And I was like, all right. Fuck you guys.
That was the disconnect with the label at this point with RCA. It was the style of music that you wanted to go into.
I started Orca Sound Records. This is my hat. I was fucking Willie my whole life. They had this big killer whale in a fucking pool. Fuck SeaWorld. They wanted to contain me and tell me what to do when they've never accomplished anything. A&Rs are people that didn't make it as musicians. So now they're trying to control you and hope that you don't make it so they can feel better about themselves. That's all that is. And Orca Sound Records is me being Free Willy and being free. And I started Orca because Orca is off RCA, which is RCA Records. Off RCA is Orca Sound Records. I signed my first artist named Alex Sucks. I signed him for like very small amount of money, and I just signed him to Warner for like $1 million.
Oh wow!
So
it's amazing. I love the branding behind Orca.
Thank you so much. And we're all killer whales because we have our own podcast.
Yeah.
We have our own business.
Yeah.
We're not doing shit that the people want us to do. We do our own thing. You know. I'm getting so much anxiety because I'm revealing a lot of my past, which I hate, you know?
Well, I want to talk about Brooklyn Cowboy.
Brooklyn Cowboy is a country album I started in 2020. Pandemic happened, the world shut down, and I fought to get off of the label because they thought it was a terrible idea. Nobody likes country music. 4 years later, everyone's doing country music.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know if you remember the first conversation that me and you had when you just randomly called me that one day. I told the story on the pod. We started messaging back and forth, and then I was going through it, and I took all my shit off the gram, and you called me out the blue and like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? We had never spoke before. But in that conversation, you mentioned, this was like 2022, you were like, yeah, bro, I'm about to drop a country album. Yeah. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, all right. Like, I didn't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? People, like, country was like right here. Yeah. Like, it was coming popular a little bit, but, like, everybody was kind of like, country is, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's whack. Like, it's corny.
Yeah, kind of. Like, there was no flavor to it. It was the same shit over and over again, you know? Yeah. And then to watch you kind of, like, go like this with the country music and really be, in my opinion, the spearhead of it. You see a lot of people doing it now. Beyonce dropping one, Post dropping one, whatever the fuck. But I feel like you were kind of the spearhead to that a little bit, and not a lot of people know that. Yeah, and I just want to just know how. Bro.
I mean, bro, like, people thought I was crazy for wearing a cowboy hat with a Yankee logo. It's never been done before. Never. That's why I love it. It's like oxymoron.
You wore that in your last music video, right?
I wear it every time. Yeah. I'm not wearing it today because I want to support my brand.
Yeah.
And if the Yankees and I have been a little bit off on going back and forth, but support your brand. I was early in the country wave, and now I'm early to get the fuck out. I want to know where it's going. I hope wherever it's going is going great. I love the country scene. I love the people in Nashville. I love the country artists. I think I'm ready to rap again. I think I'm ready to rap again.
Okay, well let's get.
I think I'm tired of wearing
podcast
exclusive.
I think I'm ready. I think I'm not coming back wearing a 4-5. I'm wearing 23.
Bang.
Wow. Back at it.
I love that.
And I think I'm ready to rap again. I got my brother, a new artist that I'm gonna be putting out through Orca Sound Records, Jimmy, and I'm ready to rap again. I'm ready to get gully. I'm ready to punch people in the face again, and it's time. This pop shit is nice, it's smooth, it's cool, but like I love rap music, bro. I love hip hop. I love it, and I do it again. You never know, I might bounce out again and do some other shit. But I think I'm ready to drop a rap album, and I might, call this album Stairs to Hell. And it's going to get dark. You know what I mean?
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, bro.
But,
That's
I'm dropping this album called Brooklyn Cowboy.
When's it coming? You know yet?
October.
Okay.
And
go listen to the singles if you haven't. Midnight Sun,
Midnight Sun,
Broken Sign,
Cold, Broken Sign.
Yes, sir.
Broken Sign is killing it. It's the first time ever
I love Broken
that
Sign.
I had a song surpass every song.
Broken Sign makes me cry.
Oh my God, dude, that song is painful.
I shed some tears at the LA show.
Oh, I love you, bro. Thank you for being there, man. Like,
oh, you know that.
Bro, it was so good seeing you there because
Yeah,
it meant
good.
so much to me. I saw people there from all around the world, but like when you see your friends at a show, it's a different feeling. You know what I mean?
And I had never seen you live before, so it was a special time for me.
Thank you, bro. I
know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that so much, man.
Of course, bro.
Why was that song like so heartfelt?
Broken Sign, because I was dating somebody very special to me. I had this girl's picture on my wall, and I said I was gonna marry her. And I ended up dating her, and we ended up like basically seeing each other every day, sleeping over, living with her, and we broke up. And I had no choice, bro. I had no choice. I had to pick my career or a relationship, and I picked my career, bro. It is what it is. You will never call me someone's boyfriend. Never. Hell no.
Now, I want to ask you a question. Why couldn't you have your career and a relationship at the same time?
Because they wanted me to stop making music and be a full-time boyfriend, husband.
Yeah.
And I love this. I love this. I feed my family with this.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I did it for how long before I got paid? I started in 2010. I didn't get paid till 2017. People be like, yo, you got a job? You need a job? I do have a job. I'm just not getting paid yet. You know what I mean? When I signed that big fucking check, that was my job. I put in all that time to get that check. But I love what I do. I will eat a bag of shit every fucking day for this fucking job. I hate being in the music business. The music business is the worst business in the world. It's the most cutthroat, nasty, snaky, slimy business you can be in. It's one long fucking hallway. I don't know what the quote is, but any door you fucking open, you're gonna get fucked, depending on what kind of cock size you want. You're gonna get fucked regardless. The music business is the worst, and the worst thing somebody can go through is being famous and broke, because there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
And that's every artist, especially after the pandemic. We were all going through a silent depression.
Couldn't go on tour.
No tour. I had to get vaccinated to get money.
Yeah.
And my family, I paid for everything. So my family, they couldn't feel the pain that I was feeling. I was feeling that pain alone.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
And I didn't want my mother to know.
Yeah, so you feel like you can't talk to nobody.
Nah.
But it comes out in the music, though.
What?
It comes out in the music, bro.
Yeah.
It's the most important part.
My mother wasn't feeling no pain I was feeling. My mother was still getting Chanel bags, Prada bags. There were still gifts under the tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta make it happen.
My mother's a Muslim woman. Yes, we have a Christmas tree in the house. We love Christmas.
It's an American thing now.
It's an American thing. It's not even a Catholic thing.
What does that do to your mental, though?
Bro, my mental was off. I was selling drugs again to make extra dollars. I got 4 kids I feed. My whole shit. I don't like talking about my private life.
Yeah, whatever.
But I got kids I feed. And there's a lot of shit that I'm dealing with. You know? And my jaw's locking talking about it.
Do you think the music would be as good as it is if you didn't go through all that shit?
I don't fucking know, but it's like a feeling that I don't want to go through ever again. 2020 till 2023 were the worst years of my entire life.
Me too, bro.
Period. 2020 till 2023 were the worst years of my life. I had to bury my cousin. I watched my cousin die in front of me in a fucking living room. And I didn't understand. I just watched somebody die, and it was just so fucking weird. Like, I've seen so many people die, but it's like when it's somebody that you're close with and they're holding on to you, and it's just so weird. So much weird shit happened. My life fell apart. 2020 till 2023 were the worst years of my fucking entire life.
Me too.
And I've been through some shit. If I said some shit that I've been through on this fucking podcast that's very personal to me, what happened to me as a kid, it would fuck people's minds up. It's like ridiculous. And 2020 was probably worse pain. It was like the worst, because there's nothing worse. You dropped out of school and everybody turned on you. Now imagine being this fucking superstar and everybody turning on you. It's disgusting. It's like, what the fuck?
You felt alone.
Alone, silent, depression, scared, have to post on IG to be alive. Oof.
Living in your phone.
The pain. They're asking you for stimmies. I don't want nobody see me doing a stimmy. Oh my God. Got to pay for 4 cars.
You got so much eyes on
you. You ever had somebody come into your house, knock on the door and take your Rolls Royce away? You have no idea. My whole world falling apart. I had the worst management of all time. They fucking sucked. You guys sucked. And I hope you're watching this. You ruined my fucking life. I hate you. Till this day, I've never hated anybody. I had 8 managers. The rest are cool. It's like, you're cool, you're cool, you're cool. But you guys, fuck you forever. I moved into a $6 million condo and I bought all these amazing shit because I'm an interior designer. It's like there's this thing in me that I just love fly shit. I love playing Sade, being in my bathrobe, and like, that's who I am. I'm just like this weird guy. And I was living this lavish life. I was supposed to sign for like 1.8. So I bought this nice couch that I really liked that cost a lot of money and these rugs. And then these fucking morons go to the guy that's giving me that money and say, yo, can you give me $500,000 for my festival? And ruin my deal. I already bought all the shit and the deal disappears.
Oh my God.
I'm in knee deep. I can't pay taxes. I'm more shit now. Like, more problems. My whole life is upside down.
And how do you recover?
I recovered. My girlfriend at the time said to me, you need to have meetings. I had meetings with everybody. I went to Elon Musk's people. I tried to raise $20 million. I went and had meetings with everybody.
This is when we first started talking, so I kind of know this. I remember you
telling
me about this.
And I raised money for my Orca Sound label.
You wanted to get out of the deal.
And I found a partner, and I bought myself out of my deal. And I wanted to buy the records and masters, and they wouldn't allow me to take it. I still make 50% off of it, so they can fuck themselves. But I will own my music from here on for the rest of my life.
God bless.
And I want to drop 10 albums, and I want my nephews and my kids to have them. And I want to have Orca Sound be so big that if John goes, I want my kid to be at this fucking label. He wants to do music. Bring him. I want to be like, oh yeah, Nepo kid, yeah, nepotism, yeah, fuck it. I want to give my fucking friends' kids a job. Like my kids a job, my cousins a job. Like, I want to be that way because I never had it. I came from nothing. There's no better flex than being like, you can't fire me, bitch. I work for myself, so I guess I work for a boss. And if you don't want to be a boss, get used to being bossed around. And it's not happening. You're not bossing me. You're a fucking shark, and I'm an orca. I play with you, and then I murder you. It's very simple. Start your own business. My whole life fell apart. It took 3 years, and it happened. And even now, I'm scared of my next move. But guess what? That's life. You're going to be scared of everything you do. But would you rather miss than not take the chance at all? What would you do? I did it, bro. I started my own business. I own my own music. I'm about to hire my friends to work with me. Life is fucking way better than it was. Am I where I want to be? I'm not where I want to be. But thank God I'm not where I used to be. That's what matters. Okay? Some things in life, you got to let them play out. Stop trying to run all the time and speed the process. Just enjoy the process. I made my father retire early, got diabetes. I'm losing my dad right now as we speak. He doesn't know how to live life. But I think if I let him work and not retired him early, I would have had him longer. So sometimes you just need to let things be. Stop trying to speed the process up all the time. Stop thinking you know everything. Start stopping for a second and read the signs. Like, look around you. I hated my first name, Labinot, for so long, just for 30 years later for me to realize it meant good voice. Labi means good. Note, Labinot, good voice. And I hated that. But the entire time the sign was saying, stop rapping, start singing. Because I got my deal when I started singing.
Crazy.
The signs are there. You just keep ignoring them because you're so into your own head. There's like 40 tabs open in your brain, and you need to exit them and start over, refresh a little bit. Stop for a second and realize that life is falling apart and coming together at the same time. And we're going through something to get to where we need to be, heaven. I don't think we're supposed to be on earth feeling happy all the time. You're supposed to experience everything on earth and then get the real thing after. That's what I believe. I'm not saying it's true. But I felt so much pain. I felt so much happiness. I felt everything. And I feel like I'm 95 years old. I can't believe I'm fucking 33. Like, I feel like I'm 95. And there's so much more for me to go. But if I keep thinking the next step, how am I going to enjoy the present ever?
Never. I talk about that shit all the time. We're always moving the goalpost.
For what? You know, it's like, bro, I had a song called Rose Gold Rollie that everybody says play at my shows. Where I say, I want to do a big face Rose Gold Rollie. And I was like, sick and see it, mama cry. I hope that mama seen that I tried. I hope I make it before my parents die. I said that line. And I got it. I fucking got it. I got my favorite fucking watch, the big face Rose Gold Rolex. I got it. Now what though? Now what? What happens? Does it stop? Does time stop? No, it doesn't. It keeps going. And you got to create memories and keep pushing yourself. And the greatest love you can give somebody is not a watch, is not a car, is allowing them to be themselves. That's the greatest love you can give anybody, is allowing them to be authentic. If you want to know who your real friend is, if you're not acting like yourself, that's not your friend. Get the fuck out of there as fast as possible. The day you got to bite your tongue around somebody, that's not your friend.
Dealing with shit like that right now. Not even friend-wise, just in general.
Well, you can say anything you want. You know what time it is with us.
Yeah, I know.
Anytime. You know what time it is. I've never judged anybody in my life.
No, I don't mean right now in this moment. I mean in my life.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, being around people where I feel like, damn, I can't really be myself. And the anxiety of that is so fucking, like exhausting.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, I didn't eat today, bro. I'm not even hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've spoken about this before, and I'm just adding to the conversation. But
you also gotta remember, John, you're not a regular person.
Yeah.
You're different from a regular person. This is why we're friends.
Yeah.
I don't think you think like other people.
I don't.
Also, the way you move like a very passionate person. Anybody else would be like, yo, you're 6'5", you're like fucking 280, 270, 330. And you're like a big ass fucking guy, and they expect you to be like this tough fucking Italian guy. Yeah. But inside you're like the sweetest fucking guy in the world, and you just want to be creative. Yeah. And you have your brand called At War, because you're at war with yourself every fucking day. Yeah. And we're at war with ourselves because half the things that didn't happen for me were my fault. I was in my own way, but I wasn't holding myself accountable. I'm holding myself accountable from now on. My life started to get better when I said, shut the fuck up, it's your fault, you did it to yourself. You know how many artists I could have signed that I didn't? My fault. Yeah. I wanted to sign that girl, Chaperone. Chaperone, if you see this, you know I DM'd you before everybody. I wanted to sign her. People thought I was crazy. Look, she's the #1 artist.
She's blowing up right now.
So many artists I wish I signed. But it's okay. Because the next opportunity, it's about the next move, man. Yeah. I could sit here and bitch about my past all day. Talking about my past is stressing me out. You can see it. I'm not feeling good. Yeah. Because I don't want to be there anymore. I don't live in the past no more. So you could talk about me being a garbage man. You could talk about me being in theater. And you could talk about me in high school wearing my mom's shoes. You could talk about everything. Talk about this. Yeah. Talk about this. Talk about these nuts. Talk about me fucking right now pulling up in my fucking car. Yeah. Talk about BMW paying me. When I got my dad's first car, it was a BMW X5M. We pulled up on there.
Pulled up on me.
I pulled up on you. When I pulled up, and I said to my dad, pick your car. And he said, no, I'm scared. Let's leave. We jumped into the most expensive car, and then I drove off the lot. He said, what are you doing? Bring the car back. And I said, open the fucking thing, and it was ours. He read the papers. Yeah. How many times has my father experienced that? 8 times. And I told them that we're going to work at BMW. He's like, no, it never happened. Yeah, right. Fucking 14 years later, BMW's paying me to drive their cars. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This shit is real. Life is real. If you say it's not, then that's on you, bro. And if it doesn't happen for you and they want to close doors, go open up another door. And if they want to keep closing doors, break a fucking window or build your own fucking door. That's it. People, you can't be walking around worried about what people like you or don't like you. There's going to be people out there that don't like you. That's life. I don't like me sometimes. But I have to wake up in this body every day and continue to move forward. Because there's only a certain amount of time left. And I got to squeeze every fucking second I can. Or else I'm gone. And they're going to talk about me after too, but who gives a fuck? Because they're going to die too. And then I'm going to see them in fucking next life. And I'm going to whip their fucking ass. And that's life. Don't fuck with me.
Somebody told me this the other day. They said, you're not running out of time. You're just wasting it.
Exactly. You keep wasting it hanging out with bozos who make you feel weird. I had a meeting the other day. We were around all these people. And I said something. And the guy said, whoa, 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 whoa. That's crazy. I'm uncomfortable. I got up and walked away.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. I don't need to be here.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Get this guy the fuck out of here. Yo, who the fuck is this man? Get him the fuck out of here. That's my attitude right now. If I sit at a table and you're fucking up my vibe and questioning the way I dress, the way I talk, who I fuck and what I do, get this man the fuck out of here. Because I need to feel freedom. I need to eat, feel relaxed, and be around my friends and family. And if I can't feel relaxed, you gotta go because I'm not leaving. If you're asking what I bring to the table, bitch. I bring the table, so you got to get the fuck out of here. Get your shit and go. You got to watch out for those people that take their place to go. I don't fuck with those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? It always be the ones that didn't do shit telling you how to do it. Stop it. How many times people said, yo, you need a dope beat, a dope hook. This and that, and never worked. Enough. This is the fucking year I hold myself accountable. This is the year I'm going to lose weight. This is the year I get healthy. And this is the year I treat people better. This is the year I do it. Because if I keep saying tomorrow, it's never going to come. I'm never going to do it, bro. So this is the year I do it. And I'm starting off pretty fucking well. I've squashed everything. And I called myself out when I was wrong. And it's the first time ever in my life when I'm wrong, I can look at someone in their eyes and say, I'm sorry, man. I fucked up. I'm so sorry.
It's important.
And that's how I knew I manned up.
Yeah.
Because I would never say sorry.
Yeah.
Take that shit to the grave. Not anymore. I realized that my vulnerability is my power.
Me too.
I'm so vulnerable. I am a fucking open book. If you don't like it, go read something else, bitch. That's just what it is.
Period.
That's it, bro. That's it. Start your own company. Start being around people you love. Stop being uncomfortable. Start breathing. And start realizing your power. Let people be authentic. Let people love themselves. And don't ever in your life hear somebody saying something crazy that who they are or share a part of themselves that's vulnerable and judge them. Because that's a fucked up thing to do. Allow people to be themselves. That's it.
It's like this is like I personally believe it in it's not even about you or me or him or him. It's just about being real. People are craving that, bro.
Well, that's what I really wanted to say is I've done 128 episodes on this podcast.
Wow.
I've had a plethora of guests. I've interviewed basketball players, actors, music artists, fucking Forex traders, you name it. I can honestly sit here and say this was one of the most genuine, authentic, real, organic conversations that I believed 100% of the shit you were saying. And I just want to, one, say thank you, at least for coming on here and like doing that on our podcast, on this platform, because there was so much shit you said in here that I could sit there and I was like, this motherfucker means that. You know,
Thank you.
I truthfully feel like I'm a very good judge of character. I had to grow up at a very young age. I lost my mom when I was a kid.
Damn.
It was just me and my dad. And that was one characteristic that I always knew I had deep inside, that like I know when the motherfucker's fake and I know when the motherfucker's real.
Yeah.
And I always saw right through people.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew how to like know who to fuck with and know who to not fuck with.
Yeah.
And I could sit here and say, like, looking you in your eyes while you're speaking here, lights are on, cameras are on, I genuinely do not feel any of this shit was fake. I can 100% say this was organic.
Thank you, bro.
And I appreciate you sharing this with us.
Thank you, bro.
Me too, bro.
I had to
Thank you.
shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying, bro? I had to
and
shut
just
the
listen.
fuck and just like, bro, I want like there was a point, bro, where I was like, I don't need Joe Dispenza. You know, I don't need a Ram Dass or Wayne Dye. I don't need a cell. Like I'm getting everything I need right now through you. It's like God speaking right over here. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
So,
Thank you. And let me tell you something, bro. People are gonna question you. People, like I told you, that kid in the jet who questioned me, I wanted to beat his ass. Then we got off the jet and we had to take a helicopter back to Chelsea. And he calmed me down because I'm claustrophobic. I suffer really bad. That's what took like 2 hours for us to get up here. But the kid calmed me down, so he made me feel good. And at the end of that helicopter ride, he said, I just want to let you know, after talking to you and getting to know you, I take back what I said. And I think sometimes you don't have to say it, you have to feel it. And I was an ugly dude, man. I was. But sometimes you're not ugly, you broke.
That's a good point.
You understand?
You went a little bit lighter, but I was about to go heavy and just tell you how much you mean to me as a person. And just thank you for coming on here.
I love you, John, man. Thank you, bro. Same thing, bro.
Like,
I love you, bro.
I see a lot of myself in you. And,
thank you, bro. Ever since we met, we connected. You like,
right
bro, straight up, you my brother. I love you. You know that.
Just how we connected.
Yeah.
And you guys know where I was at in that time of my life.
I remember that story
when
you
I came
told
on here
on
and I
the
told him
pod.
the story that one night I wanted to off
He
myself.
never mentioned your name,
Yeah.
but
I
he
didn't
told
want to
the
mention the name
story.
just because we weren't like boys yet, but like I almost offed myself one night.
Yeah.
And we followed each other like 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
And the next morning you called me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you told me, you were like, yo, why'd you take everything off your Instagram? Like, what's up? You good?
Yeah.
And like, I wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? I got off that phone and I started crying. You know what I mean? And you don't know how much I needed that phone call. And we didn't meet for like a year after because of me, because I felt like I was not of the stature enough to be around you. I would go to LA, you'd be there, you'll pull up at my house. I can't pull up to this dude's house. I don't feel like myself right now. I can't go to dinner with him. Like I'm you know what I'm saying? And when we finally met and it was just so super organic, and now the plethora of times that we hung out and now to actually have a conversation on camera, bro, you don't know what it means to me.
You better take all those opportunities. Because imagine I didn't go to that party, that story I told you, because my fit wasn't right.
Yeah.
I would have never met those guys that produce disrespectful.
You're right.
Every room you walk into, you gotta act like you belong there and feel like you belong there. They'll smell it if they feel like you don't belong there.
But how can you feel like you belong there,
bro?
If you don't feel like you belong
The
there?
thing is, man, I did how many brunches with Jay-Z? There's a meme going around saying, you want the have lunch with Jay-Z or you want the
$100,000,
$200,000,
$1 billion.
I had both.
$1 billion.
I had both plenty of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I walked into these brunches. If I'm lying, I'm fucking dying. I never had a stylist. Well, I had a stylist for Jimmy Fallon. I hated it. I fucking hated it. I ended up dressing myself. I was a big guy. I was 310 pounds. Nothing fit me. G-Eazy's clothes don't fit me. So I would never be, everybody I worked with, their clothes would never fit me. But I was always confident. I wore the coat, my belly hanging out. I didn't give a fuck. They were like, what's wrong with this guy? On Jimmy Fallon? Sir, you cannot go into the crowd. I saw my parents clapping. I ran into the crowd. I jumped in the fucking crowd. Sometimes you got to go the opposite of what is right and wrong. You got to just follow your gut, man. I went into these rooms, these brunches with all these celebrities, and they would come up to me and say, you're best dressed tonight. And I say, why? You're the only one that didn't wear a suit. I wore a Prada sweater with some Dior pants and some LV shoes, dress myself with a cool hat,
Yeah.
dope shades. Dress yourself. Go in there. I used to be so scared to do shows. As an artist, I used to be so scared. If I go out there, they're not gonna know me. If they don't know me, they're gonna boo me. How am I gonna be confident if the fans don't know me? Then I changed my mentality and I started going out there going, if you don't know me, I feel bad for you. See, if you don't know me, it says a lot about you. It doesn't say anything about me.
Quick switch up.
Switch it up on these people. Because that's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm cool as fuck, bro. If you don't know me, it says you got terrible taste.
Missing out.
And the way I used to think is like, damn, I'm not cool enough. They don't know me. Now, hell no.
Yeah.
I get on that stage and I'm talking like it's my show. I don't give a fuck. Anywhere I go, I do me. And if you don't like the way I'm doing me, ask me to leave and I'll leave. But when I leave, you better put some rose petals on the ground like I'm fucking Akeem. Because that's what it is, baby. I hold myself up high. You got to charge what you're worth. Add tax to that. Because you charge what you're worth. If you know who you are, you know exactly who you are before you got there and after you left. You know who you are.
Yeah.
If you don't know who you are, then that's your problem. You got to figure that out. I know who I am. I told you in the beginning of this conversation, my mother said she didn't know I was coming. She had a dream. I was a mistake. And just like you're typing, you got to correct it and then press Shift 8. And what's on top of a Shift 8? A star.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I am. And I don't need nobody to tell me that. I met Jay-Z, I met everybody in the world, and they said what they said about me. And they felt how they felt about me. And I said, thank you so much for the compliment. And I walked away knowing already who I was. I'm a fucking star. That's it. That's who I am. And if I don't fucking become successful, that's like not having George Michael. That's like not having Elton John. That's like not having a Beyonce. That's like not having a Taylor Swift. That's like not having a Big Sean, a Drake. That's how I feel. And you can say, I disagree with you. Cool, that's your opinion. But how I feel about me, I feel that I make a difference in this world. And I move people. There's a reason why all those people come to my shows.
Yeah.
I sell 5,000 tickets and all of them have my face tattooed on their throat. The biggest artists in the world, they don't get tattoos because there's no connection. Are you connecting? And if you're not connecting, then shut the fuck up. Because I can go on Ticketmaster right now and click 100 tickets for free so you can look like you sold out Madison Square Garden. Knowing there is no connection. But they know your shit on radio and TikTok. But there's no connection. If you're connecting with people and you're connecting with yourself, most importantly, and you know who you are, can't nobody tell you nothing. Oh, you don't belong in this room. Bro, who are you talking to? You matter to me, bro. You matter to me. He matters to me. And as long as you know that you matter to your friends and the people that are around you, fuck these people. Don't forget every fucking superstar was a rookie. Don't forget that shit. Everybody starts off somewhere. It's about how you finish. How are you going to finish? What's your story? You got to stop yourself for a second and say, am I going to be a bitch and fold into this party? Or am I going to say, fuck that, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make everybody love me? And if they don't love me, fuck it. There's a lot of times where I walk in a room and I catch myself. And I'm like, everybody loves me here, but those two people don't love me. So I go there and I try to make them love me. But fuck these two. Focus on the people that love me. 1,000 comments, I love you, I want to suck your dick, I want to see you naked, oh my God. All these dudes, daddy, zaddy, all these girls, I want to suck you off. Then that one dude, you dress like shit.
You focus on
it
that.
fucks my day up.
Yeah.
Why am I allowing that?
Yeah.
Why? That one guy? And then you click on their page, they dress like they have no lights in the house, and you're like, yo, are you fucking kidding me? How are you talking to me about style?
Yeah. It's crazy.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Bars with bars.
That's
right there.
it, man. I'm telling you, dog. Act like you've been there before. That's all I'm gonna say. Whenever you're down, anything in life is gonna happen to you if you leave your house. If you don't leave your house, it's never gonna happen. You need to leave for opportunity. After 2020, a lot of us got comfortable staying at home. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna meet the love of your life. You're not gonna meet that girl you want. You're not gonna meet the guy you want. You're just not. You're not going to meet the love of your life staying home. Get up, go out there, take a risk, be afraid, and watch life get amazing. Because something amazing is going to happen today to you right now. If you're watching this shit, get the fuck out of your house and go enjoy that fucking adventure, life. Go enjoy life and go find somebody to enjoy it with you and be weird with you. And if they don't want to be weird, that's not your person. That's it.
Gang. Boom.
I don't really got much for you.
I'll
ask you one question just because this is how we've ended every podcast we've ever done. What is your purpose?
I truly believe my purpose was, I come from a background of very aggressive people where, you know, they offered me to be in the movie Transformers, and I was so excited because I wanted to be like the guy that saves the world. I wanted to be Corbin Dallas from Fifth Element. He saves the world with the girl with the orange hair. I wanted to be that guy, but they wanted me to be in a movie, and every role was the Albanian mobster, the Albanian guy that kills everyone. And I said, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that saves the world. We are known for killing and doing all this shit in movies, and they portray us as all this crazy shit. But like, do your history on Albanian people. Bro, we're the only country in Europe that saved so many Jews from the Holocaust that not one Jewish dude perished or Jewish woman died in Albania. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
My purpose is to shed light not only on everyone, but I think my purpose is for me to allow a person that looks like me, this tall, this big, this fucking ugly, to be okay with being vulnerable, with being okay and being sweet and being a nice person. That's my purpose. I think for a guy out there to be like, you ever watch that thing? He's like, I'm a shark, I'm supposed to be killing people. Like, no, it's okay. You're not supposed to. You know?
You know, I can resonate with that. So.
You know what I mean? It's like, you ever seen that gun and then they put the flower and they use it as a vase? You can use it for other things.
Yeah. It's a great analogy.
You're not, I just made that up on the spot. Thank you. I really like that one. Yeah. Like, you don't have to be a gun that shoots. You can be a vase and put flowers in there.
Yeah.
Or you can be something that holds up a door. Or use it for something cool. You know, you don't have to kill, man. And it's okay. That's what my purpose is. It's to make people feel okay. And I think my purpose is to make everyone's life around me easy by sending the elevator back down. Because I hate that shit. I hate that people get to the top and they press stop. Send it back down. Give other people opportunity. If I don't change the world, somebody else will. Tupac never got a chance to change the world, but he changed Kendrick Lamar to change the world.
He said that. He said, I might not change the world, but I want to spark the mind that does.
Yeah. And he sparked Kendrick's mind.
Yep.
And he sparked other people's minds. And that's the idea, is how can you make life easier for other people, not just yourself? And if you get to do that, that's your purpose, and that's a gift. And I think what we do every day, like, you know, bro, like you say, oh, I did podcasts. I went from 5,000 to 200,000 people. Like, that's a big deal. But how many kids you know that look like you and see themselves in you and they go, if he can do it, I can do it. And you just saved so many kids who are going through it and are fucking being like, that dude's podcast just made my day better. I was about to go kill myself.
Yeah, we get messages like that all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
So that's your purpose. Right. You're making life easier. And I think today I posted notes of me writing Big Sean, and he commented back on my post. And we've been friends, not the closest friends, but we've been, you know, we're supposed to go on tour together with Playboy Cardi. It was a big deal. But it was so crazy. Like, at one point I'm reading these letters and I'm like, I can't believe it was me as a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Please write me back. Please.
Right.
Like,
crazy.
You know?
And now look.
Now.
Yeah.
So, just send the elevator back down, bro. Don't go up there and like be weird.
Yeah.
And stop it. Spread the love, bro. Send it back down.
Yeah.
Because eventually that kid's gonna take the stairs and meet you up there and kick you fucking down.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Good. That's it.
All right.
Cut.
Cut.